Hi, this is Susanna Corbett. Thanks for downloading StepPod and Son.
Hello and welcome to StepPod and Son, a podcast based at Mews Cottage, 26A, Aldrum Lane, Shepherd's Bush. This is the home of the world's most famous rag and bone men, or as Harold would say,
Salvage Recovery Operative.
My name is Darren.
And I'm his co-host Si, also known as Two of the Three Comedians podcast that we co-host along with the amazing Tom from One Foot in the Podcast.
We plan to review episodes, chat to fans of the show, and maybe even chuck in the odd quiz. We hope you enjoy listening. Please check out the pod on Spotify, Insta, Twitter, and all other platforms.
Hey, mate, you all right?
Good evening, Si. How are you doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm all right.
How's your bank holiday going, mate? Is this last bank holiday of the year?
Well, we got back from holiday on Friday, and we, just been packing, as you do, and then
A week in Bognor, wasn't it?
week in Bognor, mate. Yeah. Now I was up in Hull, mate. Hull in
Hull.
Back
Oh,
saying "hey up" and breeding whippets. So,
in Yorkshire.
Yorkshire.
Oh.
I tried to pay only 2 wheels on the Humber Bridge, but the guy won't have it.
Did you do the secret?
Hull's changed massively, man. If you've ever been recently, or
No, I've never been that far north. But I was going to say, did you do this? Did you do the secret finger thing that Rodney does to the, when he's paying for the toll bridge?
Yeah.
And then as he's driving out, he does the finger on the side.
Oh, yeah.
Of the seat. He goes, "Look, I'm laughing. Look," and he's like putting his finger up to the guy.
Only pushing it a little bit.
Yeah. It's, yeah, it's good at that. But no, I've never been that far north, mate.
Now, I would say it's nothing recognisable anymore. I mean, someone might correct me. Lives in Hull, but yeah, it's obviously like anything 30 years on, it's regenerated, isn't it, and stuff. But obviously, Humber Bridge is the same. But
Yeah.
if I tried to find filming locations, I'd struggle because there's probably just
I was going to say, I bet that cafe thing is gone, isn't it? The Denzel's
Yeah.
in.
You know what I did where we do go? I didn't realise this until about third time we went. When Denzel's looking out and he sees Dell on the boat.
Yeah. He's on a beach thing, isn't he?
We go to a place called Spurn Point, which is about 10
Sorry?
10 miles from where we live and where we stay, sorry. And that's filmed there. But I didn't realise for years we were going there. And literally where we were, it's all sandy and stuff. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. What was it called?
Spurn Point, where they filmed that.
Oh, okay. It's a weird name.
Yeah, it's kind of like this is my A-level geography here. Like it's like a spittle, I think they call it, where it's like land that's kind of been built up from marshland or whatever. Anyway, there's a lighthouse on the end of it. But the tide comes over part of the land during the evening. So if you go basically onto the lighthouse bit and don't get back on shore quickly enough, you're stuck on the island.
Okay.
So we've never gone to the lighthouse. We've never gone that far because we've got the young kids.
No.
It's probably about a 3 or 4 mile trek over there. But
God.
Yeah, it's pretty nice part of the world up there. I mean, anything in it's all subjective in it, but yeah, we like it. It's nice. What about yourself? You've been keeping busy?
Yeah, well, what's happened? I think we last recorded together, didn't we? It was the Three Comedos, wasn't it, with Tom?
Yeah, we did. We did just at the start of the summer oldies, end of July.
Yeah, and then obviously since then we've had I interviewed Susanna Corbett.
You have indeed, and what an interview! What an interview! Yeah, no, you did the pod proud there, Daz. It was.
Do you know what? I was actually quite nervous because of the way it went. Because it was literally like 5:20 on the day.
Yeah,
and we were starting at 6, and because I'd already said to you, enjoy your holiday. Don't worry, it's not going ahead.
Yeah, so sorry about that. It was just one of those.
No. It was right, and I thought,
tricky,
that's why I said to you, if you can do it, let me know.
Yeah,
and then because I literally had I had notes on my phone. I had obviously Zoom going, and then I had like stuff written down.
Yeah.
Then I had the video from to the listeners. We had Mr. CBB, and then a question from Stu Bailey. So I was like, right, all these things set up, and then trying to like concentrate on their answers as well. So
yeah. So,
but no, I see. It was a couple of things. Like obviously, we always get the step to, or did they get on? And I'm glad she's sort of completely blown that myth, saying about how
that was good.
Different people, but they always got on. They toured together. Even when she was small, and they always say they left the Australia tour on different planes. But she explained why. She said because Wilfrid had friends to meet in Singapore, and they came back, on the plane together to go back home.
understandable, isn't it?
Yeah.
The press get hold of it and just spin something different because it sells papers, doesn't it? So
So yeah, so I'm glad she sort of, and then there was that the bit I liked about this the story about Wilfrid Bramble on stage and the drunken Australian woman
oh
come
yeah.
over. I was trying to get her to explain it, and what he did, he actually booted her in the chest
Blimey.
from the stage height,
Yeah.
and she flew backwards. And Harry Corbett sort of panicked and jumped down and carried her back to, to get medical treatment if she needed it.
Okay. Yeah,
And they
wow.
sort of, yeah, they sort of like, oh God, what's he done?
Yeah. Wow, yeah, you would.
But
Yeah.
yeah, but no,
Oh, good.
hopefully it came across all right. It was, I
No,
think
no,
it
it
was
did.
about an
It
hour.
did. And I've put it on the brilliant Step Turner's Son Facebook page.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think there's been lots of likes and stuff. So yeah, hopefully people enjoy it. Yeah,
No, but I mean, what a
it's
woman,
not
like the
often.
actress and author in her own right, and you know,
Yeah, I was talking to my mother-in-law and she says, "Oh yeah, I remember her in the Alan Pasco." Like straight away, I used to stand a club, but yeah, she was in the Alan
okay,
Pasco. Never
uh,
watched the Alan Pasco, but well,
well,
I
she was in that
remember it.
things like Peak Practice, Holby City,
Yeah.
like I said, the Ellen Pasco. Her first film was with Kevin Costner. She's the
Oh
woman that
wow,
gets
yeah,
robbed in the
yeah,
carriage in Prince of Thieves. So I
yeah,
think Costner takes like jewelry off her, and then she's sort of on screen with him for about, I think it's about 30 seconds, something like that. But that was her
yeah.
first role. And then she's acted with Sean Connery, and she's done a lot of stage work
Mm.
as well. So, in her own right, she's an actress.
Yeah, no, that's it, isn't it? Because sometimes the offsprings of celebrities just go into kind of in brackets normal jobs, don't they? And
Yeah.
just kind of yeah. Well, my parents did
Just,
that, but I didn't. But no,
mm,
it's I wouldn't say it's rare, but yeah, probably exception rather than the rule that people follow their parents into that.
mm,
So obviously, you're not always guaranteed you're going to get a part just because of your parents were in it. So you guess
mm,
you got still got to go through the auditions and things like that. So yeah, no, she's
yeah.
obviously very talented, and yeah, no,
Yeah, I think
good
she said
stuff.
her first sort of few film roles she get, or, acting roles she get, older, sort of thespians come up to her and go, oh, I worked with your old man. He was brilliant. He's a
Oh,
great
that's
bloke.
it, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, so that
Well,
must
that's
have
it.
been
I mean,
lovely.
he's probably larger than life in some ways. But then also, it was
Mm.
interesting how he was shy. I mean, I didn't
Yeah,
really
yeah,
think about it like that, how he was actually, yeah. And it's true.
yeah,
She always said that, all actors are shy. It's kind of true in a way, because otherwise, why would they do
yeah.
that for a living? Why would they be somebody else for a,
But she said that's what she
careers?
said about
Yeah.
like the phone, and I think I sort of prompted it and said in the book she says he has a phone persona where he just put
Yeah.
on thing, this sort of image, and then
Mm.
talk on the phone, and he was totally different to how he was, at home.
Which, and you picked up on the point of we spotted it in Steptoe where he does his ad libbing, and you kind
Yeah,
of think, yeah, that's part of that, isn't it? That's part of that coming to life that he feels comfortable in himself doing that, and
mm.
yeah, just even answering the phone in a sort of stylistic way. You can see similarities with him what he's doing in Steptoe when he just starts going off on one a little bit. Great,
Because he
no, it's great stuff, mate. No, well done.
so on another note with RH Corbett, I sent you that thing today about the film The Bargee that
Yeah, looks all
I
right,
think
doesn't it?
one of the subscribers on YouTube said about it, because it's a 1964 comedy, but it's got, I mean, the cast is immense. It's got Eric Sykes, it's got
Oh,
Ronnie Barker.
it's just
Um,
A-listers for comedy, isn't
well, it's
that?
also
Yeah.
got, I don't know if you remember, I think the last time we recorded, I said about a Welsh actor that he was in Ben-Hur, and he won an Oscar,
All right.
and his name is Hugh Griffith without an
Oh
S.
yeah, I know Hugh Griffith.
But
Yeah.
he was also in it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so
He's in one of my favorite horror films called The Abominable Dr. Fives. In fact, he's
okay.
in that and the sequel. He plays a rabbi in the first one, then he's like a victim in the second one. But he's a very distinctive actor, isn't
Yeah,
he?
I was gonna say his eyes as well.
Very very
Because
thick eyebrows and yeah,
I think it
yeah.
came up because I was saying about the film Grand Slam. It's like a cult Welsh film
Okay,
from the
yeah,
70s, and he's in it. He's elderly and that he's getting on, but he's just pissed
yeah.
the old film. I think I don't think he was
All
sober,
right, nice.
and it was with Windsor Davis.
Right, okay. Yeah, the Hugh Griffiths he reminded me a bit of, Jonathan Rhys, John Rhys Davis, who was in Raiders of the Lost Ark and all the sorts of,
Oh
he's
yeah,
another
yeah.
Welsh actor, isn't he? I think. I don't think what else he's been in. Was it Sliders? He was in that.
Well, Hugh Grant, I think, because if
Yeah.
he'd have been around longer, I think he probably would have been in loads more. But I think
Yeah.
because like I said, he was in Ben-Hur, which was what was that
Well,
50s,
exactly. Yeah, that's it, isn't
and
it? Yeah.
he was up
Yeah.
against what's his name, Charlton Heston,
Well,
um,
yeah. There you go.
and he won an Oscar himself in his own right because he played the
Yeah.
I think it was the Arrow guy he played,
All right.
and he was really recognised for it. I don't think he went to the Oscars to get it though, because he didn't
Right.
think he'd get it. I think they just sort of
Mm.
sent it to him. And he was,
Interesting.
I think North Wales he was living in at the time. But yeah, he is one of those sort of distinctive looking faces, and once you see it, you never forget.
Yeah. Yeah. No, like I say, he stands out. He literally has about 3 minutes scene in both of those films, but yeah, he's unique. And the fact they got him
Mm.
back for the second film as well, different character. So yeah, we like him. I want to do something else with him. So
Yeah, I know. I
oh,
think
nice, mate.
also I
Nice.
think,
Threading everything together there. I like that.
yeah. Well, another link to that is it ain't our fault, Mum. I don't know if you know that John Clegg, who played Gunnar Graham in it, he passed away I think about 2 weeks
Okay,
ago.
right. Yeah.
And he was Windsor Davies used to say to him, "Oh, la da, Gunnar Graham," because he was quite well educated.
Yeah.
Gunnar Graham guy, played by John Clegg, and he would always like the Windsor Davies character had a chip on his shoulder,
Mm.
because Gunnar Graham went to university,
Okay.
of
Yeah.
course, yeah, Windsor Davies's character didn't, so he'd be
Right.
like,
Yeah.
well, he's the university education, and he'd
Yeah.
constantly just take the piss. But yeah, he passed away. He was 90, but
Right. Yeah.
that's a good shout.
Yeah. No. Good stuff, mate. Good stuff. Yeah.
And, so anything else been going on recently? Or I'll tell you what I did do, mate. I finished Berserker by Ada Edmondson.
Oh,
Uh,
interesting. Was it good?
yeah, very. Do you know what? It's quite sad, and it's very sort of like emotional. He talks about how all his life, more or less, he didn't want to be a comedian,
Right.
and he was a reluctant comic actor, stroke sort of
Yeah.
stand-up. It's very candid. He talks about his depression.
Right.
He talks about friends that have friends that have committed suicide.
Oh,
It's quite a
blimey.
full-on book, and yeah, don't read it expecting to get many laughs out of it. I mean, it's some
Yeah.
really good stories about him and Rick in uni and stuff, and
Hmm.
it's definitely worth a read. But
Okay.
no, it's full on. I mean, he talks a bit about the reason, when they tried to redo Bottom,
Oh, yeah.
and he said him and Rick wrote the script, and Ade was secretly hoping that the BBC would sort of decline it. So he wrote a
Hmm.
script, sent it off, and then of course he said the BBC bloody commissioned it.
Yeah.
And then when they tried to write it, I don't know if you remember at the time they didn't really explain it. They just stopped writing. Ade
I
said
just know it was happening, and then it wasn't happening. It was all very
Mm.
sort of like, yeah, stop. Yeah.
He explained more in the book. He said Rick's memory was really bad.
Hmm.
And he said what Rick was doing was counting the laughs. And he'd say, "You've
Yeah.
got 10 laughs and I've got 7. We
Yeah.
need to sort that out." And Ade was like, "Well, that's not how the double act works. You don't count
Yeah.
laughs. Imagine like Morecambe and Wise or someone.
Yeah.
They don't." And then he sort of apologized, went home, come back the next day, tried to do it. And then Rick was like counting on his hands the laughs again. And he was a bit,
Yeah.
he just said there and then, I just can't do it.
No, it's brave to do that, but then, if he's not comfortable, he's not comfortable, is he? So, yeah.
Yeah, so it's quite like for bottom fans, it's quite a sad sort of book. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, it wasn't sort of uplifting, but then it's his life story in it, so
Yeah.
it's the
No, that's it,
truth.
isn't it? That's it.
Got to
Yeah.
go with that.
So,
Uh,
yeah. So we're looking at Holiday on the Buses. So there is obviously a Steptoe link here, isn't there?
Yeah, I was
Huge
going to say,
Steptoe
why on
link.
earth are we reviewing the third installment, Holiday on the Buses? Apart from the fact we're massive fans.
I've got to say, mate, before you say, I just love on your screen, just on the right is he's Arthur, just his head.
It
You like
has
he's
a
sat
country
next to you.
bit. Arthur.
Sorry, mate. Hey, carry on.
I've got the mermaid above my head as well.
You have. It's that olive. It is. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I've
it's
got it on my screen up here. That's like the DVD title screen. And they've got the Pontins bus on fire. I mean, we said this before, haven't we? Like when we talk about the Steptoe films, the artwork,
oh, it's brilliant.
isn't it? The care and love that's gone into it is just gorgeous, and you just don't see it anymore. Like
No,
everything's just
I was going to say because I think it's all like computer generated now.
I'd be
It's
computer
just
generated. You know, you'll have
mm,
fonts preloaded. You
yeah,
just literally whack it all up. In fact, I noticed a lot of Hollywood films reuse the same title font. They just use
yeah.
different background, and it's just so lazy.
So yeah. So
So
the
this is
link to Holiday
go
on the
go carry on.
Planet and Steptoe. What did we say?
So yes, obviously this features good old Wilf Bramble.
That's it.
And is it
Do you
one of
remember
those
his name
meta
in it?
references? Is he sort of playing Steptoe, or is it a version of Steptoe? I mean, he adopts an Irish accent. Now, Wilfrid was Irish, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Now, he obviously, as we know, he spoke with quite an upper class accent, so he wouldn't necessarily have continued using that Irish accent, or whether he even had an Irish accent. I mean, you read his book. Was that something he used to use, or was it not mentioned?
no, I think all the interviews I've seen, and I think in the David Clayton book, it says that he got rid of his accent when he moved to sort of London, obviously for
Okay,
better work.
yeah,
And if you think in those days, if you had a regional accent, you'd
yeah.
lose roles. I mean, it's
Or you'd be
discrimination, but you would.
you'd be typecast, right? We just need
Yeah.
an
So
Irish
everyone had to
accent
speak
again.
with like a poshish, oh, hello,
Right,
darling,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know. So they get roles. So I don't know if he lost it completely, but he does it very naturally, doesn't he? Like with
Oh
um
yeah, it's really well done. It doesn't,
yeah, yeah.
you know, you hear some bad accents sometimes. I mean, Kevin Costner's American accent in Robin Hood is
Oh God, with
sorry,
the
British accent
oh
even
yeah, the yeah.
is atrocious, isn't
Who
it?
was it also tried to do Robin Hood? Was it oh it's not a straight
What's his face? Gladiator. Russell Crowe did it, didn't he?
it was dreadful, wasn't it?
They should just kind of just say, right, keep it American. Did you ever watch? Did you watch Chernobyl, the Sky drama?
No, I've seen bits of it, but I've never
Mate,
fully
oh,
watched
that's
it.
event television. Though I won't go into it too much tonight, but just to say that they did that and they were going to do it all in Russian accents, but with British, English language. And they
Oh,
realized straight away it was just going to become like a pastiche. So they just said, right, just use your normal voices, and it works so much better because you
yeah.
just kind of like almost viewing it through a translator and just going, right, you believe each character and they're kind of what they're doing because it's much more realistic. So
It can get annoying because
yeah.
I find that with do you know the actor Charlie Hunnam?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
He,
yeah.
he's well known in the industry. He's dreadful at accents. He's Geordie naturally.
Yeah,
He's from Newcastle, like, but he's
yeah.
like most. I watched it's a Netflix thing. It's Rebel Moon,
Right. Okay.
and he's
Yeah.
in it for probably about half an hour. But I don't know what accent he's trying to do.
Yeah.
And I think he's in Sons of Anarchy, and
All right. Okay. Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
few
It's
outtakes of that.
Vikings, isn't it? That one.
Yeah, it's good. It's a few outtakes of that where he just slips from. He's supposed to be American, and he slips into
Right.
some sort of bizarre accent, and they have to redo it. But yeah, he's well
Uh,
known. He's bad
yeah.
at that, but
So no.
no.
So yeah. So we've got Wilf's in
Yeah,
this one, isn't he? And fairly prominent role.
I think he's was it
See.
Bert Thompson he's playing.
That's it. Yeah. And yeah, we've got the rest of the cast back. So a little bit trivia. Obviously, this was made after the series finished. I think 73. The series wound up 72. I think it was. Um, and yeah, obviously, I talked to you about this off pod. There's a slight continuity issue in that in the
Yeah,
series, Oliver's left. Sorry, Arthur's left Olive by the end of it, and yeah, even Stan's gone as well, hasn't he? If you remember at the end of the series, he clears off
yeah,
sort of 5, 6 episodes of just Jack and Blakey, and it's a kind of different dynamic. And obviously, it was time to end it, wasn't it? Really, at that point.
because
But
I've
this is kind of
seen
like, right, okay, that never happened. It's like,
yeah.
or going back in time, I guess. Could have been that it was just inserted in somewhere else. But
I think it's a bit like with Steptoe, isn't it? They sort of go like
yeah,
the timeline's not correct really, but it goes
yeah,
and
yeah, because
relives. But
there's never any mention of a marriage in the series other than the marriage that doesn't happen in
mm,
series 4, where the bride leaves him at the altar.
yeah,
So, yeah, that's true, isn't it? But obviously the big thing is they have a kid, and I think the kid crops up in the first or second film of this series.
Little Arthur played by
Little
Adam
Arthur.
Rhodes.
But he never appears in the TV show. So you kind of have to
No.
say the two separate things. And I told you as well, there's a great interview with the actress who played Olive. And
Anna Karen.
Anna Karen, that's it. Thank you. I was going to say Karen something, but Karen Gillan, she's from Doctor Who. It's not Karen.
Yeah, that's it.
Imagine a reboot with her in it. Playing Ollie.
Be good.
Yeah, and yeah, she talks about that and says, "Oh yeah, you just have to kind of ignore that, and only people who are real diehard fans would spot it anyway." But
Yeah, it's like I said with this bit with Steptoe, it's worth just forgetting that bit in it and
yeah,
enjoying it. And
yeah,
so,
exactly.
do you know what? I've never watched because this is the third Holiday on the Bestest film, and
It
I
is,
never
yeah.
watched them in order. I've just seen
Right.
them in bits and pieces, and so
Okay.
so I don't know. Are the films continuous or are they just?
Sort of. They sort of follow a kind of, I wouldn't say an arc, but yeah, this is you can tell this is the final one because obviously what we'll see in here, the fact they're no longer working for the Luxton and District line says that actually they've been sacked and that couldn't have happened unless they got reinstated in another film. So this is the kind of last film in the series. But yeah, the first one is they're all great. The first one's good. I probably know this one the best, and Mutiny the second, and then the first one. Weirdly, I don't remember it as well.
Yeah,
yeah, this is the one I will come back to. But I picked out some reviews at the time if you saw these online, and it got absolutely slated. Like the critical reception. I'll just paraphrase a few things here. The 1970 after 1971 on the buses and Mutiny on the Buses, a third movie called from the TV series one of the worst films you'll ever see. That's Radio Times.
that's oh god, that's harsh.
And it's just like, yeah, the film's only achievement is the sheer amount of smutty sniggering it manages to cram into 85 minutes. Absolutely abysmal. And then someone else from the Independent said this one should be buried on hallowed ground.
Oh, that's quite withering.
But you know what? I love it when I like a film that everything
Yeah.
the reviewers hate because I think
Was it?
stuff
Was it? John Cleese used to carry around a review that he had about Faulty Towers back in the day.
Yeah,
and
the
he'd read it out,
first
and it
review
was
of it.
completely
Yeah,
slagging it off, wasn't it?
yeah.
But,
You've got to kind of be tough, haven't you, to just keep going
yeah,
in that world? Because obviously, critics are paid to do that, aren't they? They're paid to criticize, and they're paid to. I mean, arguably, they kind of achieve a little bit of publicity by saying some things, by talking about something. You draw attention to it, don't you? So
yeah.
get people to go and watch it anyway. And I remember watching when the Batman vs Superman came out. I loved it. I absolutely thought it was brilliant, and the reviews for it were terrible. And similar to the Super Mario movie, a little lad loved that. I really enjoyed that, and then even Elon Musk got in on this. I don't really often sort of support him at all, but he said, "Yeah, why is it that this is getting slated? This is a great film." And it's interesting, isn't it? Like, people's views of things. Okay, you look at this now through a 2024 lens. It is smutty. It is.
I mean, it's a lot. Like Will Everett, there's a lot that you definitely wouldn't have now. Like,
no.
Should we hit play?
Let's hit play, mate. Right. Let's just.
So that you know a lot more than myself, but the Hammer production, so they did the Hammer House of Horror and On the Buses.
Yeah. Well, actually, Hammer started as I think they were just doing sort of like just normal films, just general films, and then someone bought it out and then made it into horror. So it didn't start as horror; it started as just general films. Became famous for horror, and then obviously then diversified back into other things. I mean, by the 70s, it pretty much wound up. It's still going today, but in name only, really. They kind of use it as a legacy thing and sells a lot of sort of DVDs off the name. But one of those great shames I was never around when this was huge because I would have been first in queue to watch Dracula and Frankenstein and things like that. But
so the top actor then would have been Christopher Lee, was it?
Chris Lee, Peter Cushing.
Peter Cushing, yeah.
Yeah, they were sort of like Hammer stalwarts, and would just do film upon film for them.
Because I did see an interview, I think it was with Christopher Lee, and he said that he was going to quit quite early on because I don't think he was getting much out of the films. And then somebody said to him, "Do you realise how many people rely on this film franchise? You've got, like riggers, you've got production crew, other actors, and it was like his own industry, wasn't it?" And he said, so many people rely on you for a wage, keep it going, and that's why he did. He just kept going because he didn't need.
He didn't need to do it, and the sequels got. like anything, when you're onto the seventh film of something, it's all going to be watered down,
Like,
isn't it? But
Police
you're right. I
Academy.
mean, that's great of him to do that, isn't it? To
Yeah.
keep going just for the sake of
Mm.
other people need employment, don't they? But yeah, right. I'm at Hammer Production, so shall we hit play? We've got the bus and
Yeah.
a woman with some shopping. Right, off we go.
Hey, Jack, have a look at that!
Oh, blimey, mate. Yeah, that's worth taking about for. Yeah.
Oh, she looks a cracker.
Yeah, not all.
Blake, my car is still not working properly. I thought I told you to get a mechanic to see to it.
Well, I sent for him, sir. He should be here any minute now.
I told you half an hour ago.
You're right, it was half hour and all.
Yeah, and I'm glad to see you've got a watch because that bus should be out by now. No wonder our services never run to time. That route's got a dreadful record for timekeeping.
Yeah, well, ex-butler, isn't he, sir?
Then you go out with him and do your job properly.
Right. I will, sir.
Yeah, she looks lost. Yes, I think we'd better give her a hand. Yeah.
Right, come on. Get that bus out.
Oh, all right. Yeah, we're going to.
Yeah, and I'm going to come along with you and all. Right, come along, come on.
Right. Go on, then, Dominic. No, they can't have this.
Oh, help me up, my foot. My foot's gone. Oh, my foot's gone. Help me out. Help me out.
Come on, Blakey.
Hey,
Come on.
I can't do it. I can't make it.
Oh, we'll stay there then.
No.
Hey, Stan. Go on, Stan. Back up, mate. All right, all right. Hey, Xavier. Go on, back to the room.
Oh, my poor car. Get that bus away from my car. Get it out of here.
I'm doing it, I know. What's the matter with you?
Look left, Stan! Watch out for that
So, any idea who this woman is? Because there's a bit coming up that sort of shocked me that I'd never seen. I'd only ever seen this intro on telly.
Okay,
So they would have blurred or edited
down,
this
was
bit
it?
out.
All right, yeah. No, I don't know who the woman is, but I do remember this intro. And I mean, it's interesting because obviously this film is going to split off from the bus aspect. Really, it just sort of takes them and lifts them, puts them somewhere else, doesn't it? But
So who's the guy with the bow tie? Is that Michael Sheed?
yeah, so he's done loads of stuff. He played Hitler in Indiana Jones. He was in
Star
Grange
Wars?
Hill, I think.
Yeah, I remember him from Grange Hill. Yeah,
he's got one of those faces, hasn't he? He was in the
Yeah.
TV series as the manager, so he's the kind of guy who can boss Blakey around. Which
I was going to say he's the depot
really,
manager,
isn't
isn't he? He's the
Yeah.
And then wasn't he in Auf Wiedersehen as well?
Yes, I think he was. Yeah. But yeah, here we go. Just classic. I mean, it's that idea, isn't it? It's like Mrs. McKay answering the phone. The interactions between these two are just cliched and always going to be the same, but you love it, don't you? Like, you just love Blakey getting grief off them. Like, yeah, no matter how many times you see it, it's still original, isn't it?
So what's stand underneath?
So yeah,
the
bit
bus
of
forward.
nudity there. There we go.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I was quite like I said, I'd only ever seen it on telly, so they wouldn't show that. So I always wondered why Stan crashed the bus, because I thought, what? Don't really make sense of like that bit. But then
no, I can see why that wouldn't make sense.
when
I think I've only ever seen it on
drops.
DVD. I don't think I've seen it on telly, so that's probably why I remember this bit. This looks like a film set, doesn't it? It doesn't really look, because if you
it
look
looks
shot
totally
there,
different, doesn't it?
it doesn't really look like a street. It looks more like like an enclosed up area. So there, the manager's now under the bonnet.
The bonnet.
It's just slapstick in it, but it's great.
It's brilliant, this, isn't it? It's just that's the intro.
So, I mean, so yeah.
And again, the
Reg
theme
was actually a
tune.
bus driver, wasn't he? He did his bus driving training.
Yeah. It's great.
And,
Yeah, so he
could actually take the buses out and do it, which is
I
great.
think I read somewhere Stephen Lewis, Blake, he worked on the buses at some point.
Okay.
There wasn't much about it, so whether he just worked, I don't know, it might have been a clippy, he might have been anything. But I would imagine he was an inspector because he would have been too young. But Yeah,
This is
because
it.
he was from, him and Bob Grant, they knew each other really well. And there's a
Yeah.
link to what we were talking to Susanna Corbett about, that they both came from the Joan Littlewood School of Acting.
Okay. Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
remember we were talking about the theatre workshop? And she said
Yeah. When
all
you
the
were
actresses
discussing
and
that, yeah.
actors do it now with method acting, but Blakey, played by Stephen Lewis, and Bob Grant, came from that
Yeah.
theatre.
Wow.
Um,
I mean, that's impressive, isn't it? It's really
yeah, I mean they're
impressive.
proper actors. They weren't just comic actors, they were
Yeah.
stage actors.
So he's 47 here, Stephen Lewis. So he's only 10 years older than me.
God.
That's quite scary.
So yeah, I noticed that with some of the films he looks younger than them, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And you
Because by the time
think,
he was in Last of Summer Wine, so 20 years later, he hadn't really aged that much. But
he's,
I think they just make him look older in this, don't they?
he's an old git in them days as well.
Yeah.
Sid.
Whereas Reginald Varney was, so he would have been 60, he'd have been knocking on 60, 50, late 50s when this film was made.
Good
So
God.
in the series, he's going after girls that are like in their 20s and 30s, and he's in his 50s. I mean, he has got his face, hasn't he? He doesn't look
Yeah.
old.
And like that, he's a
Yeah.
thick head of black hair, fair play to
That's
him.
it.
Not,
That helps
you
him
know.
out, doesn't it? But
Yeah.
I don't know. If you were a 20, 30-year-old, would you be wowed by
God.
him? I don't know.
I did watch one of the episodes. I think it was called Radio Control. Where
Oh,
they test
great
like
episode.
and I'm just sort of cherry picking about that when he's got a much younger. He's chasing after this younger
Yeah.
bird, and then a young guy comes across. And he does make a comment about how old Stan is. He's like, "Why would you be with that old codger?" But I've never heard it referred to in
No.
films. But
So yeah, we have little Arthur.
yeah, Adam Rhodes. I did see an interview with him, and it's surprising how much he can remember, because he was about 5 in this, wasn't he?
Oh wow. Oh cool.
And he says, like, Doris here. It was
Yeah.
what's her name? Mabel, is it? Mabel.
Yes. Yeah. The mum. Yeah.
He said because his parents weren't on set a lot.
Yeah.
She was basically his mum. She just took
Can you
looked
imagine
after him,
that?
and she was just lovely. He said, absolutely lovely, and
Yeah.
she's
You can
such a
see there's
character.
just the chemistry between them now. It's
Yeah.
just like she's really maternal, isn't
Brilliant.
she? Yeah.
She just took control of him, and
All right.
it's really good to see it. Like a lot. Like, do you remember I was saying that interview on YouTube where they all did a reunion? They
Yes.
looked like they had so much fun, and it was
yeah.
like a family
Yeah.
thing to it.
Yeah. No, real shame that didn't happen because
Mhm.
yeah, it would have been good, wouldn't it? Would have been good. I mean, again, I wouldn't know any difference because I come to this many years after it finished and many years after they passed away. But yeah, as a legacy thing, it would have been interesting to see. So Michael Robbins is
Yeah.
Arthur, crops up in 1 foot, doesn't he? Which
Yeah,
we
brilliant.
didn't realise until
He
sometimes
he
we've
runs
seen
the
it,
allotment, doesn't he?
That's right. And I said to you, he's also the voice of the angry bloke in the street in Luton Airport. No one can hear you scream.
Oh, the spicy sauces.
That's
and
it. Yeah.
yeah.
That's him.
He didn't get any sleep that night either. So-
But great character actor, and he
Oh,
probably
he's brilliant.
shamefully not really didn't do much. He obviously, I don't know his career as well as some might, but yeah, he's probably more known for this than anything, isn't he?
I think like that the thing on YouTube I was saying about it, he comments that he said, "Oh, my character never had a surname," but I thought they did. I thought it was Reg.
Don't know. It's a good point,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Because if you Google like the cast for this, it does say like Olive Reg and Arthur.
Right.
Let's say it like that, Arthur Reg. So he did have a surname,
Oh,
whether
okay.
it was referred to, or
So
just
this is
added.
on your neck of the woods, isn't it, mate? They were now on.
Yeah, this is North Wales. This is
location.
Prestatyn. Yeah, so this is
Prestatyn.
we.
Yeah.
Funny enough, when I was a kid, we used to do Pontins, but Wall Park down in Devon.
Okay.
So yeah, but I've never been. I've been by Prestatyn, but I'm pretty sure it's shut down now. That.
Did you find the Pearl of Prestatyn?
Yeah, Peter the Pirate. Yeah, no, but no, it's meant to be really stunning. This, but I mean, that's the problem with these sort of holiday camps. They're not what they used to be. With most people going abroad now, and because it's cheap.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it? That's it. The
Yeah.
package holiday is kind of like done for it a little bit, hasn't it? And
And like
think-
this, as it is, with like knobbly knees competitions and
Yeah.
karaoke thing, it does seem quite dated now, really, sadly.
Well, that's it. I mean, Heidi High, great sitcom that captures it perfectly, doesn't it? But it is a kind of yeah. Even then, when they made that in the 80s, I guess it was kind of on its way out.
So what I think they said, what they said in Stan and oh, sorry, just got Blake. He's realised now that he's working with Stan and Jack again.
Oh, close up on his face. I mean, yeah.
He's got the stick and he's got the foot like bandaged up. He just looks.
So yeah, a little bit of exposition. Obviously, like the accident at the depot has caused the sacking of not only Stan and Jack, but also Blakey. And yeah, somehow they've all wound up at this holiday park. They went down the Labour Exchange and they've ended up in a holiday park. Now, is it supposed to be in Wales or is it just saying it's a holiday park? I don't know, because obviously that's a bit of a trek from London, isn't it? But
yeah, I think it was all obviously like filmed in Passat, but apart
Yeah.
from Street Studios, I think some scenes they couldn't do at the park, so they did it in Elstree. But I
okay,
think that's
yeah,
I think that's long gone now, Elstree Studios. But
yeah, shame, innit? Shame.
yeah, God,
British film industry, you know, I know we still do make stuff, but not probably not what it was.
So Butler now is driven off with Blakey's pen, and there's a good bit coming up. It's just the I was talking about we talked about like the method style of acting.
Yeah.
Stephen Lewis was saying that he came up with this backstory about Blakey about if you look at his age, he would have served in the Second World War.
Yeah.
And he probably would have been like a sergeant, so he would have commanded a bit of respect.
Yeah. So
Now he's working for working above these two just absolute layabouts who don't give a shiny shite. So that laugh, it comes from frustration. He's like, I used to. It's just like he said that's his background for Blakey because he's so brilliant at it, isn't he?
yeah.
Hey, take it off. I just put it on. Well, take it off again. All right then. I hate you, Butter. Hate you. Get that cab and get me back to the depot, go on.
Yeah, all right then. Is there anything else we can do for you, Blakey?
Listen, give me my pencil back. I'm putting all this down my report about you.
Do you think that was him doing the stunt? The hair seemed to change very quickly.
Oh yeah.
With his stunt man, and then back to Blakey for the close-up shot. But yeah, so this is the girl that Stan is going to be pursuing throughout the film.
He's caught in with a dear mother there. They look pretty dapper, mine, in those blue suits, don't they?
Yeah, what? It's well looked after, especially you get your bed and board.
25 quid a week, wasn't it, do you say?
Yeah, you're getting your wages, and obviously for them too, it's a chance to pick up some crumpet in it in there.
So there's something I want to come back to a bit, but if you have a look at this line out now where Blakey's walking across, there's a rumor that the guy he stood next to turned to smile is Richard Keel.
All right, yeah,
but it's obviously a myth because Richard Keel played Jaws.
You know what? If that's not
he's
him,
huge.
If that's not him, I'm amazed because he's got a very similar face, hasn't he?
But it's not. The guy that's playing this character on the screen now. He's a barman at Prestatyn.
All right.
Yeah, but he you could kind of see. But the thing is, like Richard Keel is about 7 foot.
I was going to say that's the only thing, isn't it? Yeah, that's letting that down.
yeah. So I was going to come back to right. So they were paid £25 a week, and then everything like room and board all in. So back in 1973, we like to do the cost of things.
Yeah.
So a gallon of petrol, how much do you reckon?
Oh, 30 pence.
Oh, 39.
Oh, not far off then. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good shout. And then what do you think? Right, bottle of whiskey. So full bottle of whiskey.
£3.50.
£2.45.
Oh, gosh.
And then you've got 20 cigarettes was 26.5 pence.
Yeah.
But interesting, I thought average house price was £9,000.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I like this one. So a Ford Cortina, how much do you reckon a brand new Ford Cortina was?
1,200.
That's ridiculously close, mate. Have you Googled this?
No. I literally
Okay.
I thought it was going to have to be a lot less than a house. But it's going to be more than 1,000.
Well, it's £1,075. So you're
Oh,
only 125 quid off.
oh, gosh, wow.
Uh, you could buy a brand new fridge from Curry's for £30. It's crack, isn't
Money,
it?
money went further in them days, didn't it? Yeah.
Oh God. And then you've got well, in June 1973, Mr. Dennis Plant won £362,550 with Littlewoods pools. Allowing
Right.
for inflation, that would be worth £3 million today.
Oof. So now we're going to have Arthur and the family join him. And yeah, we've got some nice little scenes here outside the house of them trying to load everything. Now, this just stresses me out. I've just come back from holiday and packing a car is stressful, let alone a
Oh
motorbike
God.
sidecar.
Do you unpack your suitcases straight away or do you leave it a week?
Oh,
or two?
mate, do I can't be doing my stuff hanging around.
Yeah.
We borrowed a roof box and I took the roof box off as well because I made the mistake of leaving the roof box on a couple of years ago. And I was driving around and didn't very nearly went through Asda's car park with the barrier on. They took the roof box off. I realised at the last minute. So ever since then, this comes straight off.
Oh, good. We just had so the nurse then that we just introduced to, so that's Kate Williams.
Yeah, she's
that's-
still acting, isn't she? I think, or at least
Yeah.
a few years ago.
Yeah, she hasn't
Probably very
changed a lot,
old, yeah.
mind. Yeah, she but that in this, that's Blakey's love interest. He's been
Which is interesting, isn't it?
yeah,
nice
it's
little
good
bit
to
of
see it.
development
Like,
for him.
yeah, normally he's just sort of like a dirty old man. He's
That's it.
portrayed,
He's
but
quite
in
one
this,
dimensional. He lives with his mum, I think. It's hinted at, isn't it? My dear old mum. Yeah.
what
That's,
deal? I was just trying to work out what Jack's done to his hat.
I don't know. He's
It's like
cocked
folded
it.
at the sides.
It's an angle, hasn't he? Yeah, like beating it up and then knocked it into. Yeah, that's weird, isn't it? You don't see many bikes like that anymore. Two-seater bike side by
That's
side.
great. This is the iconic bit in it with Olive on the motorbike and side.
Ah, yeah. I think you can go to the filming location of this. I think some really fantastic person has spotted where this was.
He's even got little
Really
Arthur
still there.
pushing it.
It's a clever shot, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
I do think that they are moving. But yeah. But obviously,
Holiday
they're on
Bus.
location during the day, so they must have had permission to do this.
And then it's brilliant how they've got Stan going past on a double decker, waving, over the moon, seeing them.
Well, it's
go
his
over the
fault, isn't
bridge.
it? Actually, he calls it. He's the one that caused
Yeah.
this. So.
He's about to have a head-on collision, and
Well, you're not supposed to overtake on a bridge, are you? I'm sure that's like breaking down.
Well, I don't think a double decker should be overtaking anything. Really,
Well, exactly.
on a, but the iconic bit. Then you've got all the suitcases
Ooh.
going to the river. But have you noticed
It's
how
not a way you want to start your holiday, is it? You don't want to start having to.
No.
pick
But have you
your
noticed the
faces out the river.
suitcases float?
I don't know.
All of them are floating.
Yeah.
If you have a look how dirty that river is, they do actually get in, and apparently they both insisted on having tetanus shots before they did it.
I can imagine paid danger money to get in there
Because it is disgusting, that river, and it is.
Smoke. So what's that castle in the background? Is that Prestatyn or? So how far is Prestatyn from where you
Possibly.
are? Is it?
I'm South Wales, that's North Wales. So
Oh,
it's,
okay. Okay.
yeah, it's probably about 2 hours just over.
All right.
But
Yeah.
but it's I'd imagine it's got to be in Prestatyn because that's entering that area. So Olive's doing most of the work as usual.
Yeah, he's just directing traffic, isn't he? Yeah. Take me out off to her, the actress Anna Karen, because
She's brilliant. Yeah,
she just
they're
goes.
helpful to her, aren't they?
That's it, and there's no level she won't go to kind of like, just to sell it and to get a laugh, and that's not every actress would be happy doing that, but that's really good of her.
Especially once you become sort of well known.
That's it, isn't it? Yeah,
Yeah.
That's it. I think her only other sort of famous thing was she was in EastEnders. Not that I watched it much, but she was Barbara Windsor's
Sister,
or something like that, wasn't it? Yeah, she was a bit of a link to a Carry On legend there.
Is it sister or auntie or something?
That was it. Yeah,
See,
yeah, that rings a bell. Again, don't really watch it, so.
I can't believe they had like in a sidecar they've got Mum, Darcy and little Arthur with the bags.
Oh gosh.
And that's a long slack. That is from were they from London way?
Yeah,
So that's got to be good 2.5, 3 hours.
yeah, easily. Yeah. Mind you, there might be less traffic on the roads, 1970s, but you can
Well,
see-
yeah, I suppose.
Remember my dad telling me about, when he used to travel overnight sometimes, you'd be driving along, you wouldn't see a car for like an hour.
God.
which is mad, isn't it? You can't imagine it now. There's always cars on the road all day and night,
Yeah.
and stuff. But yeah.
Always busy, isn't it?
So yeah, these chalets. I mean, is this Prestatyn place still open?
No, I think
No.
it's long gone. I think
Oh,
well, a
okay.
few years back. But they did. If you have a look on YouTube, there's a few videos of the reunions and people who go, film
Of
and
course,
location
yeah,
hunting,
that's right. Yeah, yeah,
and I think some of they're still there. It's definitely not in use, I wouldn't have thought. But those days they would be sort of like brand new and shiny, shiny.
yeah,
But then
yeah.
I remember going to Pontins in the 90s at midnight, and it was real run down, and it was
Right.
really dingy.
Yeah, yeah.
But oh God, Olive's in the state now, so all their clothes are gone. They've just been destroyed. Because they constantly call her fat, don't they? But she's not even fat, is
Not at
she?
all. No.
That's all.
In fact, I said to you, she's actually. I think she won some modeling
Yeah, he said, yeah, she's a
contest.
model.
So she's obviously just it's makeup and the
The goggles.
glasses and stuff in it. Yeah, but oh dear, all that mud, it's manky, isn't it?
Oh,
Things
it's
like that stress me
legend.
out because, yeah, I can just imagine it like happening and just go, oh,
Oh,
nothing worse than having to deal, particularly on holiday as well. Like nothing you can do. You're not at home. You can't go and get more clothes, can you? You're stuck. So yeah.
I think he's ruined the carpet as well now.
Oh,
They've only been there 5 minutes.
this is it, isn't it? Yeah.
This does remind me a lot of Pontins in the 90s where they do the ballroom now and the dance sort of room and you've got the bar and then the
Yeah.
tables were set out like that in Wall Park and then you had
Yeah.
a bit of a dance floor, then the stage, and I think they purposely made all of the Pontins like that.
Yeah. I've been on a couple of cruises in the past few years, and I'd say this kind of holiday camp feel. I
Hmm.
did experience that on the cruise because it was like that. You go to like
That's
dinner,
good.
then you went to the bar to the lounge, and there was always like
Mm.
cabaret on, and then a show and stuff. And yeah, so
It's
like
good
that
that.
extension of that. So yeah.
I'm glad it's not sort of dying out because
Oh
it's
no,
like
no,
that.
no! See, it was
Yeah.
still very like we made friends on there. We're still friends with now. 10 years later, just sat next to them and did a quiz and just chatting to
Yeah.
them. That is that kind of you're on holiday meeting new people thing.
Yeah, all sort of mucking in because I remember once we were I can't remember when it was, but probably mid 90s. There was a bomb scare at
Oh god.
while we were there, and we all had to everyone had to line up out the chalets, and we had to go up to the top field and just sit in a field. And he didn't really
Yeah.
explain anything. Then about an hour later, it was just all sorted.
Right.
But I don't know why you'd have a bomb scare at Wall Park. I mean, it burnt down years and years after.
Right. Okay.
And
Yeah.
it was a hell of a fire. Apparently, you could see it for miles. But
Blimey.
yeah, but no, we now cut to the swimming pool. I love Stan and Jack's outfits. Look at
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Well, this is this, isn't it? They're having to do a few different things, aren't they? They're not just drivers, they're
No,
as
it's
well.
lifeguards by the looks. Well, you got Jack, you got Stan Letchin.
I mean, this is
Oh,
what I'm talking about. This kind of age gap thing. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah,
Like I say, he's a cheeky charmer, isn't he? But
and he's quite short, and so I think he gets away with looking a bit younger than
yeah,
with
you've got a
just having.
stereotypical kind of protective mum here, haven't you?
Yeah,
Played brilliantly. Yeah. And it's an extension of kind of the TV show elements where he was always chasing a girl and for one
yeah.
reason or another never worked out. Um, oh gosh.
Here's Olive.
Again, she's sticking her chest out there, so she's selling this idea, isn't she, that she's not as attractive.
Yeah, because if you have a look, she's
Has to do that.
pushing her belly out really far. Then when she
Yeah,
stands up, she's sort of gone back in.
yeah, exactly. So
So
you can
yeah,
say it's quite unkind actually in a way. Really, it's not
but
it's not great, is it? But yeah, again, it's that sign of the times thing, I guess. But,
he's horrible, and he Arthur.
oh, yeah. I mean, why she sticks around?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and she sort of worships him, doesn't she?
I suppose he's the breadwinner, isn't he? And like obviously in this continuity, they've got a kid together now. But that's interesting, a la Mr. Bean, isn't it? Losing the bottom half of your trunks when you jump in.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they are massive, mind those trunks that Arthur's got on.
Oh, Stephen Lewis with his goggly eyes. I mean, just He sells exasperation better than anyone, doesn't he? He's just like,
Yeah, he's brilliant. Like, yeah, that's what he's saying about how he did. He researched the role and he came up with this backstory about why Blakey's just so frustrated with him because he just wants to run a bus service, doesn't he? That's all he wants to do. And
so here's our man.
here he is,
Yeah.
Wilfrid Brambell.
Oh, hello there. My name's Bert. What's yours?
Mrs. Butler.
Palmer.
But you can call me Mabel.
And, are you here with your husband, Mabel?
Oh, no, he went a long time ago. Oh, good. Hey?
What I mean is, I'm here on my own too, so let's you and me have a go, Mabel.
Say, what's for you putting your hand? Oh, you're in a bit of an hurry, ain't you?
Sure, don't you have to be at our age?
Oh, Bert. Oh.
So has he got his smart teeth in? Yeah, he ain't got his step-toe teeth in, has he?
Oh, he looks smart there, doesn't he?
So this was filmed
posh teeth.
just after would have been the 7th series, the kind of
StepToes
series.
series would be done and dusted by now, wouldn't it? It'd be.
Yeah, it's interesting what
That's
Suzanne
great.
was saying about how it's only a few weeks' work. Actually, think about it. It was only 6 episodes. It would have only been, 6 weeks, maybe a bit longer rehearsals, but yeah, only a couple of months really, and then that's it, isn't it? It's done for another year. So
Yeah, because I said I'm always amazed, like the amount of work he did. Even later life, he did not stop working.
no, that's it.
But
Some
I
actors
suppose-
are like that, aren't they? You never turn
Yeah.
work down. Like you will do, straight to video things or B movies or it's a living, isn't it? You just keep working.
Stop, yeah.
Because you can never guarantee you're going to get that. Some actors aren't paid. I guess they aren't paid all that well. All right, fame is great, but
Well, this
paid
one,
all that much, but
you're saying about that Anna Karen. She said that when she was phoned about, she was telephoned and said that this is going to happen the third film, and the entire cast budget was 7,500 for it. So when you think all the big names they've got, established actors, that entire budget was $7,500.
Yeah.
Whereas now, I mean, how much did Daniel Craig get for a Bond film?
7.5 million or something like that. Maybe.
Yeah. So I mean, it's mad, isn't it? How different it is. And they were all happy. It's like the Carry On films who were paid sod all, weren't they? It was
made on a shoestring, weren't they?
peanuts, yeah.
No, again, they made so many. I guess it kind of it paid off for them. But
if say they'd had like 10% repeat fees or royalties, I mean, they'd be set for life, wouldn't they?
Was it Charles Hawtrey, the one with the glasses? I think he died in some sort of like, I wouldn't say as a pauper, but he probably wasn't as well off as you think he would have been.
Oh, it's terrible. And there's another one, I can't think of her name. In all of the Carry On films, she was later life. She was living in like she was renting like part of the church because she was just like not an abbey. I don't know what it, but she was like living like hand to mouth, really. You know,
I can imagine it, mate. I can imagine it.
For all the work she'd done. It's terrible, really.
So we've got a mystery tour bus, which I kind of again,
it would be a mystery with them.
Yeah. I suppose it is that kind of idea, isn't it? Everyone just has a go at everything and like, today, we can do this, we can do dolphin racing, or we can do dancing, or we can go on the mystery tour. I suppose that's what you're paying for, isn't it? You're paying for a packed agenda.
Yeah.
Keep the kids happy.
So you're right by the roads. Like I don't know where they are now, but the roads are dead.
Quiet, mate, isn't it? Yeah. And I saw
did like a hairpin right turn and a double decker.
I mean, what a turn! Gosh, yeah.
It's just
always makes me grin when he does that turn. I think it was looking at them coming the other way.
Oh God, he's going down the bridge. Blakey's on the floor.
He's going to peel people's heads off, isn't he? down these branches.
He's on a promise, isn't he?
Yeah.
If you watch now the bit with the ice cream, little Stan does it. Apparently he came up with that idea. He said to him, "Oh, what if I push the ice cream on my nose?" He came up with that idea himself. He was only 5.
Oh, nice.
Fair play to him.
Ah.
He's like, you got Stan looking at his watch.
Oh. Doris
patches as well. Look at
her face.
Oh God, this is
I've only done open top buses when I've been on like in London or whatever.
Yeah.
And open top bus tour, but I've never been through like the countryside on one, so I can't imagine what it'd be like.
I think Peter Kay says a story about a friend of his who went on a mystery tour from Bolton, and he got on it. It was his day off, like he got on it, and he usually works at Bolton Fish Market. So anyway,
Right.
when he got on this mystery tour, and
Yeah.
it took him to Bolton Fish Market. So in the end, he got off the bus and carried on doing a shift. He was just like,
Oh, sounds like Trotter's ethnic tours. That like just
yeah,
the places people don't want to go.
was it the summit of Mount Pleasant?
Yeah, that's it. The Elephant in Castle.
Elephant Castle. Oh god! And this bit in the corridor now, where the ballroom was filmed at Elstree.
Okay, right, cool. Yeah.
Is it country dance or old timey dancing? I love this bit. It's just something about it. It's just with Blakey
Yeah,
directing them, and
it goes back to bygone age, doesn't it? A little bit.
then you've got Wilf Brambell now flirting like mad.
It's quite an extension for Blakey. He's a security officer, but he's taking it upon himself to take over the dancing, hasn't he? Like,
He's wearing a lot of hats, isn't he?
So, I suppose it's good. It keeps him in the film, doesn't it? And
Yeah.
he's kind of relegated to just here and there, but yeah. So this is interesting. Like different, and it crops up in the series once or twice, but someone pursuing the mum, and
Yeah.
yeah, obviously how Stan deals with that. He's quite a flirter himself, but if it's happening to one of his family, he's not too happy about it. But
No, he's not that bothered with them. Was it Bert Thompson? We said played by Wilf Brambell. He's got so much charm about him. Like he's spinning around the dance floor there, and he's only just met her. He's like, oh, we can't hang around our time of life. He's like,
that's it. That's it.
Hardy bar.
Do you remember in Benidorm they do an episode where they have a dance competition?
It's Squirrel.
Squirrel Big Cock.
Squirrel Babcock.
That's
not
great,
Squirrel.
'cause you got Madge dancing with
Maud.
yeah, that's it.
He goes, look, Maud. She goes, Madge.
Yeah, Madge. And then she's dancing with someone and he gets something like, oh, does he owe you money or something?
He goes, does he owe you money, love?
Dragging him around. I saw Matthew Kelly in a play not long after he got accused of all sorts of things.
Yeah, it was quite
sad.
Tolerated,
and it was amazing because I never thought he was an actor. I always saw him as like stars in their eyes.
He's brilliant. Yeah, he's brilliant. He was
so
in
good.
Inside Number 9 as well. Do you remember that?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But he was in Of Mice and Men because we'd done it for drama, just English, and he was brilliant.
What character did he play in Of Mice and Men? Not
I
Lenny.
think he was Lenny.
Ah, okay.
I think he was Lenny, but I could be wrong. It's been years since I read it.
I could see him as Lenny. Yeah.
But no, he was really good. Yeah.
Yeah. I did see. There's an interview he did with what's his name? Frank Skinner.
All right.
And Skinner had made a joke publicly about young boys and Matthew Kelly.
Yeah.
And then of course it came out. He was exonerated.
Yeah.
And then Matthew Kelly sort of confronted him on it, and it was a really awkward sort of interview.
It would be, yeah.
But Skinner sort of says, "No, my job is to, I'm a comedian. I make jokes, and you were in the news at the time."
It's an interesting one, isn't it? Like how you deal with that. You can't, I suppose, as a comedian, if you apologise for everything, then
exactly. Well, he didn't. He didn't back down. Skinner. He didn't say, "Look, I'm sorry," because he said, "I'm not going to be that false because I made a joke at the time." It's
that's it. Yeah.
So when you went on the cruise side, did you do any dancing like that with the missus?
There were dancing classes offered. But I know we did do a dance. We did like upstairs on deck. They did like a night of like music on the deck and under the stars and stuff. So I remember us going to do that. That was quite nice. But you can do like ballroom dancing classes. It's always something I've fancied, to be honest. I never actually got around to doing it, but I have talked about doing it.
It's all posture in it, and
because I did a little bit when I used to do acting, drama group. We used to do performances, so we do like musicals. So I had to do chorus dancing. So I learned quite a bit from that. But yeah, it's hard. Like particularly when you're dancing with several people, you're not just one person. To keep in time is tricky, and you go into the music as well and things like that, and when you're learning several dances as well, like it's easy. But when you get it, it's I can understand why people do it and enjoy doing it. But yeah, would I go on holiday and do it in the Pearl of Prestatum? I don't know.
I do love.
Paul that would be there probably.
Yeah, I love this bit just with that big guy stands on Blakey's foot. He proper stamps on his broken foot, doesn't he? And it's the reaction as well. Like Blake, it's funny enough, but then you see he's like, "You stupid."
Oh God!
He's like, well, it's just never not funny, is it? It's just
No, yeah.
it shouldn't be as funny as it is, but
So this is quite. I always feel a bit sorry for Blakey because obviously we're hinting at the fact his girlfriend's gonna kind of,
yeah, I didn't like this. Yeah, because he's
it-
is it Jack? Like Blakey spends a month dating her, and then
exactly.
Jack
And
just
so
gets
many,
in there straight away.
exactly. There's so many girls he could pick, and he's
Yeah.
almost a bit meanly picks Blakey's girl.
Just vile
He's
to
never
him.
had a girl. He's finally got one, and then just because he
Yeah.
can, he takes it. And I don't know. It's just a cruel streak to him that I just think's a bit unnecessary, but
Just
but it adds to the kind of confrontation and humour later on. So that's why it works.
okay, and they're on this boat now. That is flying. Apparently, this was a set, and they just had blokes either side just rocking and rolling.
Oh, okay, interesting. I always wondered because it does look fairly realistic, doesn't it? But
Yeah,
it's obviously, that's
and it's just Stan can't handle it. He's just green and he's seasick.
You ever been seasick, Daz?
Yeah, oh, terrible. Oh,
Really?
funny enough, back to Ponty's again. I remember we went mackerel fishing,
Right.
out to sea, and I just remember 4 hours on a boat with mackerel just chopped up. They were using it as bait, just with my head on the side, and it was.
Yeah.
I got in it. I remember they were all going, "Oh, it's like bath water. There's no waves." And it was horrible,
Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah, I had it. I only had it once. I was on a boat at Whitby. We went over to Staithes near Whitby.
Yeah,
I think it was because it was just quite a rough sea. But I've never felt as sick. I wasn't actually sick, but I just felt so sick, and I remember lying down on the seat,
yeah.
like below level, and just praying for this to end. It was just horrible.
Yeah, it's just-
Yeah, I never had it since.
I don't know how they do it. Like
cruises, all sorts, done
Yeah.
boats, things like that. It was just weird that one event. But
you see, like fishermen go out to sea for days. How do they do it?
I watched a program with there's a famous chef who got done for shoplifting, whose name has escaped me. He's got a double-barreled name.
Oh, okay. Oh, not Anthony
anyway.
Worrell Thompson.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. Will Thompson. He went out and did a stint with the mackerel fishermen, and it was all about like how you do it in shifts. You get up dead early in the morning,
as well.
you go and do your bit, and then you go back to bed. And he really struggled to do it. Like obviously quite a privileged life being a TV chef and then going out and doing it. It's like the vicar in StepPod.
Yeah. Most
Our brave fishermen out at sea.
Because are they still out there?
Yeah, it's true.
Because things you do for a bit of fish.
Yeah.
He's like,
We've
how
got to
much do
bring
you
it back
want?
to Steptoe every now and then, mate, haven't we? So
Yeah. We are a Steptoe podcast. Mind you, he's in it a fair bit, and or Wilf.
He is. If
He's
Harry
an
was in
important
it,
part.
what would Harry have done? Could you imagine if they got Harry as well?
Oh God, yeah. They
Who
would have
would- who could
definitely
Harry
they would
have
have
been?
they would have done him as father and son. Yeah, but I don't know.
Or could they have
God.
just gone the other way and like have Harry as the manager of it and like playing like a kind of uptight kind of? I don't know. It'd be interesting.
Because I always wondered, like with Leonard Rossiter, you could like imagine him like a Carry On or something like this. I don't know. I don't know how that would go. It'd be brilliant, but
He'd probably think that's beneath him.
I
The
did
stories
think
we
that,
hear about
yeah.
Leonard, like, I think he might think, oh no, why am I doing this sort of thing?
yeah.
But then
I
he
just
did
say-
Rising Damp for years, and you could say, we love Rising Damp, but it at the time it probably wasn't as big as doing, Shakespeare or something like that. I guess
No.
it's TV comedy, and we'll turn their nose up at
King
that,
Lear
don't
or
we?
something. Yeah, he's
Um,
so we've got little Arthur now with his cap gun. Blakey again. He's still have a
he can't catch a break, can he?
bit of
Just
rest.
trying to have a bit of kit, but
And apparently, how they did that, it's not with the donkey. Like he's tied a rope to the deck chair, and the donkey pulls him away. But it's not the donkey pulling him because they couldn't get the donkey to do it. So they've got like 4 blokes dragging him along in front of the donkey. So it's. But I'm loving Wilf's Kenneth-esque T-shirt. Kenneth. Is it Kenneth Dubeck in Benidorm?
Oh yeah,
The
yeah,
T-shirt.
it is, isn't it?
He's
Yeah,
got a T-shirt on saying, "If you like me, smile."
blow and go. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's that cap he's wearing? Is it like can it be cricket or can't quite read it?
I think it says RCC.
All right. Oh, it could be
Or was it
cricket club.
KCC, Kent Cricket Club?
Yeah, it could be cricket club. I'm not all from that familiar with different cricket clubs.
Yeah, I think that's Kent Cricket Club, but like an old school cap. But he's just smacked old mum on the bum there. He's not shy, is he?
No, no.
So
Is there any mention of this in the book, in Wolf Bramble's book? Does he talk about this or?
Not that I remember, no.
No.
No, I don't think there is actually. I
Wondering
think
how
they
he's like whether he was happy to do it or he was like, well, I suppose, like you say, he just accepted work, didn't he?
He did. Funny enough, who was giving an interview and she was saying, she played, the mother and daughter in this. You've got the one Jack was trying to court, and then the mother. What was her name? But the one who plays the daughter, she was saying that because she didn't really know anyone, but she got really friendly with Wilf and somebody else, and literally every night they go out drinking, and Wilf would just regale her with stories, and he really looked after her. So I think I think wherever he went, he enjoyed it. I mean, he's full of gin and tonic, I think. But
yeah,
it's like with the Australian tour, he was because I think Sue said on the podcast, and she always had it flask in his pocket, just sort of topping up.
Yeah.
But I'm not a big gin. Well, I'd never drank gin.
No, me neither, mate. No.
That's all the rage now.
It is, isn't it? Gin clubs and pink gin and slow gin and yeah. No, mate. I'll stick to Timothy Taylor's Landlord. That's me.
Yeah. So what do you think of? I always like Jack's outfits. Like he's got some sort of Rigsby jacket on now with a polo.
Yeah. He's
very Partridge.
It is very Partridge. Yeah, no, definitely.
God.
High collar. Remember having those? Not for very long, but what do they call it? Turtleneck, is it? Turtleneck.
Is it polo neck or turtleneck?
Polo neck, thank you.
Turtleneck.
Polo neck. Yeah.
And it cuts to the disco, and Olive is proper going for it, mind. It's Stan's mum got a wig on.
It's just great fun, this, isn't it? It's just Sorry, go ahead.
No, I should say she looks like she's got a wig on there, does she? Stan's mum.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I'm sure he looks to the side of the camera there. Then little Arthur, he looks at somebody. He must be like the director or something, because he looks left.
So this is going to cause the problem later on, isn't it? The fact he's going to give him the pistol.
So the pistol's on top of the wardrobe. And Stan's just giving it to him just so he can get back to his date.
Gosh. Yeah, he's a little monkey, as we'll find out.
Yeah, he's a little bugger, isn't he? So he fills the water pistol with some. What is that?
What even is it? Yeah, is it some blotting ink or something? I don't know what it's doing with it, but
they're trying to work out why they'd have that. Is it like some sort of makeup or?
Is it blue rinse? Oh, is it blue rinse maybe?
Oh, yeah,
possibly. Could be. For like dyeing it, clean your hair. I don't know.
Cut back to disco.
Yeah. So yeah, she's not shy, is she?
No, hold
Is she given a name in the series?
I was going to say, was it Mabel? I was sure I was calling her.
That rings a bell. That rings a bell. Yeah,
because she's just known as Mum, isn't she?
That's it. Yeah. It's like Blakey's often just billed as the inspector. You watch the TV series credits. He's just the inspector, and it's like everyone knows him as Blakey, but that's literally his kind of official title in the show. But
little Arthur, he's destroyed that room. He's now putting red ink or something.
I mean, my lad's 6. He's never done anything like that yet. Yeah.
Thank God.
My 2-year-old,
he's naughty, is that, isn't it? Yeah, he's mischievous and naughty, isn't it?
Watch Will Fear. He's like having a good look at her, isn't he? He's sort of he's edging his bets, I suppose, isn't he? Like
he's like an AF. She's got to be like 40 years younger than him, surely.
A plan B, just in case it doesn't work out.
Backup in case this one conks out. That scream though, when you're Mabel going into the bedroom, sounds like she's been murdered.
Gosh. Just having a look. I think
Oh my God.
16. There's only 4 years between Wolf Bramble and Stan here.
Good God, really?
Yeah. Again, it's one of them mind-blowing things, isn't it? Like Stan Reggiani looks younger, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And Wilf kind of, is locked in an age
Wilf
for
looks
about 20
older,
years,
yeah.
doesn't he? But yeah, that's mad because
That's insane.
there should be about 20, 30 years with
Yeah,
in reality, in their reality. But
so I like this now. They're going to repaint the rooms. They're hiding pots of paint in a cart.
it's
Little
covert, isn't
Arthur,
it?
who's way too
very
big.
very well done. I mean, he
Yeah.
looks far too big to be in a pram. But...
Pram, yeah, that's it. He's way too big. I mean, I think he's 5. So he's,
I mean, do you have much sympathy for Arthur? He's probably calmer, this, isn't it? For all his horribleness, he's had to spend the whole day painting on his holiday.
yeah, it's probably, yeah, that's true. Because he's not hard to like, but it's because he's so vile to Olive.
Yeah.
A bit like with Blakey, like the more you watch it, the more I side with Blakey because I think he just wants them to do a
Oh
job.
gosh, yeah.
Do the job they're paid for, and they're vile to him. They're just thwarting him at every stage.
He's probably one of my favorite characters in the whole show, Arthur.
Yeah.
Just because he's getting so well played.
Oh yeah, he's brilliant actor. Yeah,
some zinger lines. The fact he don't want to. He's obviously had some operation you don't want to talk about.
Yeah, do they ever explain that?
Nah, again, it's a bit like Mannering's wife and if you ever watch The Likely Lads, there's always a bit where they talk about, I don't talk about it. He had like a foot injury or something. James Bolam's character. So yeah, similar thing. But...
So Arthur's always like, I can't possibly push, not with my operation. You'll have to do it, no matter what it is.
But he somehow managed to in this continuity have a child, so obviously, got past some of his issues.
I do wonder, like, how little Arthur looks nothing like Arthur. He's no risk, so I do wonder if there's something.
Well, maybe the milkman called around
in a spin-off sort of.
So Olive in the Dark has managed to wreck all of the hard work that.
Oh God! They put white paint all over the.
And the couple listening next door think there's something else going on. So
he goes twice in 3 days. That's a brilliant bit. They're listening at the wall.
Oh, stupid great lump. That's what he's called her, a lump, doesn't he? It's just
yeah. I like that all the rooms got separate beds.
Yeah. Even like couples are just expected to be separate in this.
That's twice now they've repainted.
It's well done. The fact they've taken them out of the buses, so that there's very little about the buses, isn't it now?
Yeah, it's good.
It could be any other sitcom. It could be Terry and June, or some others do have them, couldn't it?
Could be, yeah.
But obviously it's the characters that work. We know the characters so well. That's what makes this work.
But Blakey, then he just did a leap and a kick. So,
sort of a bit of what's it called? Singing in the Rain.
That's it. He kisses his nurse, and then so he looks genuinely happy, doesn't he?
He does.
She's giving treatment. She's laying on top of him.
Oh gosh.
Most
for Jack's teeth. No thanks.
Oh God.
I mean, again, in the series, there are a couple of times when he gets back at him and says, "Oh, yeah, did you see your gnashers coming towards her or something like that?" Blakey has to go back, doesn't he? But
he says, not with your choppers.
That's it, your choppers.
They are some teeth, mine, aren't they?
So it's all nicely painted again. So yeah, hopefully that's the end of it, isn't it?
That's a lot. That's like 2 days worth of painting out there holiday.
Yeah. So when you stayed, did they have this like kind of you have a kitchen and dining place and
there was
chalet? So.
From memory, you'd walk in and there was like it was like open plan. You'd have a kitchenette sort of thing, and then you'd have separate bedrooms and the separate toilet.
Right.
It was like, I remember a bedroom would have like bunk beds and then a single bed next to it. But you were literally only there just to sleep overnight. It was just like in the day you'd be out and about doing stuff. And
I guess that's it.
They tried to encourage everyone to be out at the chalets really because they were so tiny.
But, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, like I said, the blue coats, they were they're brilliant, to be honest. And they used to work like silly hours. It's probably illegal now, the amount of hours they used to work. Because you'd have, they'd be running, I remember doing like archery and something with like an air rifle in a day. And then you'd be going around and they'd have bingo. And then the evenings, then you'd have like a hypnotist, a cabaret, and then like a bit of music.
Yeah.
Or you'd have like a comedy duo.
Nice.
It was full on. And that all summer, and they were paid peanuts. So yeah, the Blue Coats used to proper graft.
Yeah. No, that's great.
How did that loo explode then? What was put down it?
So obviously I think the petrol to clean the brushes was put down the toilet by Olive, and then Stan threw his cigarette butt down there. Caught the inspector as he was walking past.
Oh.
Yeah.
And that big lump bloke on the bog.
Yeah.
Goes, oh, it's starting in, steam come out.
But they've now brought the toilet, so it's just one thing after another, isn't it? Like,
just
it's Frank Spencer-esque, isn't it? Like,
it is, yeah. Stick it together.
They still call him the inspector, even though he's not actually anymore.
Oh yeah, that's the point. Yeah, he's not at all.
They just know him as the inspector, don't they? But, yeah.
So it's actually called old time dancing, then, is it? It's not like country dancing, or
yeah.
So I remember doing country dancing as a kid, and that was quite similar. But
so it'd be the foxtrot, would it? And
yeah, what's he call it? The party bar.
Was it Rigsby says in A Night Out? What about a waltz then?
Yeah, what about a yeah? He can't dance. He goes, yeah. He goes, if you're doing limbo in a minute.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. He's taken a lot on himself there, hasn't he? Yeah.
Oh god! I like the way he's just convinced Miss Jones is after him when she's all
yeah, and he's just written Philip off, and he just thinks
he goes, if she leaves her hand a shade too long on mine, you two make yourselves scared.
Yeah,
so you get out of here.
Usually, sir, you don't seem to have a tie. No, you don't have a sleeve. I've got another one here.
You got it, yeah. He goes, you're improperly dressed.
Yeah.
He goes, hello, Charlie.
Yeah, that's it.
So we got the old timey dancing is now back on.
Yeah.
Because Stan and Olive have entered.
Is it sponsored by Costella? Is that the cigar company, is it? Costella?
Yeah, Costello, and it's what Del Boy would smoke.
This is, because the joke is you asked if I like Hamlet. No,
yeah.
Costella.
Costello's, yeah. I think of Hamlet. I tell you what, he's looking dapper, my Nath. He's got that.
Scrubs up
well. Sales.
Yeah,
well, this is what I meant to say as well. Look at the way Wilfrid Brambell falls over.
Yeah.
That looks so real.
Oh yeah,
that's for his, especially for his age. He's gone over there. That I wondered
it's a hard floor,
real, and they just kept it in.
Yeah.
That proper ghost, isn't he?
Yeah, but they just thought, we'll keep it.
I like how it shows Blake. He looks like Dracula. You got kids behind laughing at him.
Yeah, he does look like Dracula, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's even got the white gloves. He's like a snooker referee, isn't he?
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a big welcome for your own old-time dancing team, trained by that popular member of our security staff, Inspector Blake himself. Here they are.
Uncross your legs and start again. Music!
And it's
to get it right this time, didn't you?
It is not my fault.
I thought you were the dancer.
I can't help it if my girdle's gone. What's happened now? It's my bracelet. It's caught in your cufflink.
Separate! Separate!
Oh! Salute!
Curtsy.
Oh! Ow!
Now, what's the matter?
My glasses! I've lost my glasses!
We're not much good now, are we?
It's my shirt.
I'd leave it.
Good mover, Wilf, isn't he?
Yeah, give him that. Yeah. Obviously teaches Harold to dance in what's it called?
Oh, is it Come Dance?
Series 6. Come Dancing, that's it.
Come Dancing, yeah.
But teaches him the wrong moves, isn't he?
Because he taught me the woman's steps.
Yeah, that's it.
The band can play for laughing.
Oh, such a great payoff to that episode.
Yeah, it's brilliant, isn't it? So I didn't see that was going when I first saw it because they
No,
actually
because you think,
get on
oh,
well,
actually, he's doing him a favour. He's helping him out, and like, yeah.
So I
there is
think
gonna be-
the old man says, he goes, "That's the first thing I've taught him for years."
yeah. There's a sign in the background that says "baby crying in chalet." And this is the only thing that in the Madeline McCann, post Madeline McCann, did that happen? Were kids left in the chalets while parents were in
Oh,
here?
right. So it says "baby crying chalet," so they write the number, would they?
Now, I don't know whether there'd be someone
Wow.
monitoring it. I guess there would be, but even so,
Well, I
I
remember.
couldn't imagine not knowing where my kids were. Or,
No, I do remember
not
they
being
used to
near
have.
my kids at any time. Weird. Yeah.
No, I do remember they used to have at Pontins. I'll have to Google it to see if any. It was. They used to call it a guard. So definitely not for babies. But I remember being about. I was about 9, 10, maybe a bit older. And me and my sister, who was only 2 years younger, we could go back to chalets and we could have a guard. So you'd have one of the staff members just sort of
Okay.
hover.
Yeah.
So, but definitely not like that with the baby crying and
No.
that seems mental now. Doesn't
I,
it?
I remember that from I Hardy High as well. I remember it cropping up
Mm.
there. That was the thing.
It was 70s style parent inside.
That was it, mate. Yeah, just
Yeah,
out of sight, out of mind, I suppose.
yeah, that's it. And it is.
But then, I mean, how many people up till probably even now probably happens. But the Madeline McCanns, they were
Yeah,
he was he's a doctor. She,
yeah, they're both
quite well-to-do people, and you'd think responsible, but yeah, paid the ultimate price now, haven't they?
Christ, so you've got.
I mean, I couldn't really get my head around that until
No.
I had kids. What I mean, many years later, I had kids, and
You just don't do it though. I mean,
it's just so different after that. I was like, oh my God.
I mean, if you look at, have you seen the layout of the place where they were staying?
I have watched the Netflix documentary. Really fascinating.
And it is mental where they were, considering where their chalet was.
Yeah.
Because it's like across the way, then you have to go sort of further up, and there's no sort of viewpoint.
They reckon they could have a line of sight, but they proved it wasn't.
No,
really
you
possible.
couldn't.
It was, at a stretch, you could just about make out the corner, but you wouldn't be able to see anything happening, would you? So
No, and they reckon they sort of regularly took it in turns to go back.
that was it, wasn't it?
But it was a load of rubbish. But like you said, they paid the ultimate price for the.
Well, this is it, mate. Innit? This is it. She's either sadly
You don't
no
need
longer with
twin
us, or
babies
she's been
on their own, do you? And then a 3-year-old on their own.
Just what if something happens to them? Not alone, being kidnapped. But what if they're poorly or they're choking?
Yeah, exactly. Or like you said, it's have a seizure or so, or roll out the bed, bang their head, or so.
I mean, it's easy for us to judge in it, I suppose. Every parent makes their own decisions and feels comfortable. That's up to them. But yeah, it's not something I subscribe to ever. But, yeah.
No, like I said, I can remember that like my younger siblings, like my youngest brother, who's probably in a pram, like very small at this point, but he'd always be with us. Like,
Yeah.
we wouldn't leave him in the chalet and come back, get in a disco. It'd be like he'd be asleep in the pram, it'd be.
Yeah, no, that's it. That's it.
But so where's Olive off to now? She needs a loo. But theirs is not fitted yet.
Can't use theirs because it hasn't been fitted. So poor girl's got to go out to the main toilet. I mean, she's like
following
camping,
another lady.
Like, she's just she can't see a thing. So she's wandering around the disco or outside the disco. And I followed a bloke in a kilt. I mean,
yeah, bloke with long hair, and then
it's brilliant.
Bumps into Blakey looking like Dracula.
Boy, get out.
I love what he says. He goes, disturbing my ablutions. It's like, who calls it ablutions?
Yeah, my mum used to call it ablutions.
Did she?
Yeah.
Ablutions.
Yeah, go and wash your face and brush your teeth. Yeah, that was what my mum remember.
That's a stepdad thing as well. He goes, have you been abluting in it or some of the water? And he goes,
yeah.
I did not ablute in it. And then this bit is hilarious. So Olive comes back to the wrong chalet, gets into bed.
Yeah.
Separate beds to that big lug guy. And
oh, gosh.
Look how light it is there, mind. So
yeah.
And she thinks her luck is in because she thinks Arthur's got into bed with her.
Oh, dear. One foot in the grave, isn't it? Obviously, in them game where Victor gets into is it McKendrick? Not McKendrick. That's the twins, isn't it? McVitie's bed, isn't it? That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Oi, what's going on here?
She was in Steptoe as well.
She was. I was trying to think. Was she at the funeral?
Yeah, she goes. Was it What a Beautiful Morning? She goes, for God's sake, don't let her go near the old.
That's it. I was trying to. When her face crops up, I've seen her in a sitcom.
Talking about Rita Webb, hasn't she?
What was it? It wasn't a huge part, but she's got one of them faces, hasn't she? That's just quite distinctive.
So got another link to Steptoe, but yeah, she was good at that. I just remember going, keep her away from the old, for God's sake.
Of course, so she'd have been that with Wilf, wouldn't she? So
yeah. So Stan now he's on to this Italian.
Yeah, he's switched direction.
Yeah. God, you can't keep up with him in this, can you? He's just.
I suppose it is like 3 episodes chunked together in it, so like, yeah, I guess kind of you couldn't keep the whole thing going on one girl for a long length of time. But and this bit coming up's quite brutal, isn't it? The bit in the kitchen. I remember this being like,
it's Blakey getting his own back for once, isn't it?
Well, it is.
It's short-lived.
It's gonna, yeah. Well, yeah, we'll see in a second, but yeah, it's.
Trish Spring.
Mattress? Oh, blimey, you must have had a right orgy. Yeah, Blackie, you hear that? Stan's been out with that Maria bird.
Oh,
yeah. She was cleaning out the manager's house. He was alone with her all evening.
Was he? Yeah. How'd you get on then, Butler? All right?
Well, of course I did. You know me. And you know how hot-blooded these Italians are.
Yes, I do. I think I'll go get myself another cup of tea.
Oh, well. See you later, mate.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Stanley, come here.
I don't believe you.
He told me so himself. Oh, I'm not one to cause trouble, but I thought you ought to know about it. Nice girl and all when she ain't.
Look at my face.
Oh, poor Stanley. Never mind, darling. I give you another breakfast.
Farabuto.
That's what I said.
I'll see he never does it again.
It's a good idea. It's a very good idea, that is. Look, she's feeding him up now, look.
Oh, building me up for the next time, eh?
Yes.
For him, there will be no next time. Hey, Butler, come here. Yes, I have something for you too. Special. Come, please. Come, please.
That's nice of you, isn't it, Blakey? What's he got?
Go and have a look.
What are you going to do? Little pig, get out of there! Get out! You have dishonored my sister. I'm sure you don't do it. Oh! Like that? Oh! Yes! Yes! Like that! Oh! Yes! Like that! Oh!
Oh, lovely. He's cutting him short. Now stop him, Gallop.
Dice terroristico! You succeeded me!
Curato, lascialo! Dico! Sei proprio un cretino!
Grazie, ma lasciali!
Ti dico di lasciarlo stare!
Go on, give it to him.
Curato, che me lo ammazzi! Massimo, che me lo...
Ammazzala così!
Yeah, if I was you lot, I wouldn't have any soup today.
Dove lo metto? Lì! What's going on here? Leave him alone. You ruined the reputation of my sister.
I didn't.
Yes, you did. It was in your house last night.
What?
Now you get the sack. It's made my day, that is. Oh, God. Give me quite an appetite. I will have a breakfast now.
So you see, Butler was never in our house. We were only away for 10 minutes.
Yes,
if you don't believe me, go and ask my wife.
No, I believe you.
Who told you this pack of lies?
The security inspector.
Blakey?
He's the one that ruined her reputation.
Look, I'm terribly sorry about this.
You lying swine. Hai rovinato mia sorella con le tue fregnacce.
What are you talking about? What are you
Hai
saying?
rovinata. And in Italy, I'll kill you.
Eh?
Oh, God, Blakey, this has made my day.
Oh, we fought.
Did you see what I'm sure he's ever...
Again, slightly stereotypical Italian waiter being a little bit extravagant, I guess. But
yeah, he's a chef, and he's a bit wild.
I don't think he's Italian, is it? The actor, is it just putting an accent?
No, I think they put that on. Yeah.
So he still doesn't know that she's been up to no good with Jack. Just got away in time, didn't he? So,
Yeah, just got out.
she's still keeping Blakey going then. So that's
Yeah, she's not great in this, is she?
no.
Stringing Blakey along, and
Again, are we supposed to feel sorry for Blakey? I don't know. It's one of them things, isn't it? Like,
yeah, we get like occasional moments of him, getting his own back, but like I said, it's short lived, and it's really
yeah, that's it. Look at that face.
I just noticed Stan's looking a bit grey as well in some bits of this.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
Yeah.
Like that, obviously, way it's lit. I guess maybe they'd not put any colour in his hair that day. But
Yeah, it's normally it's like jet black in it, is it?
I mean, he lived to a ripe old age. He was in his 90s and he passed away about 10, 15 years ago, didn't he, Reg Varney?
Yeah, wasn't he the
Still
first
going.
person in the UK to use a cash point?
He was.
Isn't that a mad thing?
I remember someone telling me that, and I was like,
It's so weird, isn't it? Just,
it's a weird thing to have ever done, but I suppose someone had to do it, didn't they? So,
Yeah.
why not
Cash
get
point.
a bus driver, famous TV bus driver, to do it? But, yeah, yeah, very 70s decor. This in it,
Yeah, God.
a little bit gaudy.
And we got Mum then with the gins.
Oh, he's plying her with him, isn't he?
Yeah, she's on his 7th.
He's on a promise, he thinks.
Yeah,
she's split
even
them
Arthur
down,
calls
so-
her Ma, don't she? So you never really
Yeah,
learn her first name.
no. It is that thing. It's an older thing, isn't it? Like, I know someone, like a cleaner I used to work, she still calls her mother-in-law mum. So her husband's mum. Even now, like, she's in her the woman's in her 90s and 70s, still calls her mum. It's like, even though it's not a mum, it's just like a thing that was done, I think. But
That decor, that carpet.
yeah,
Look at it.
it's I don't know.
Who has a
Imagine
sofa
by the
like that as
90s
well?
how dated that would have looked 20 years later.
Oh,
I think nowadays we've reached a point, haven't we, where stuff from 20 years ago you buy from IKEA, you kind of still just get away with it. Like I think
yeah.
nothing's unique anymore, is it? I guess in some ways. Obviously, unless you're very rich and you can afford to pay for designer stuff. If you go to IKEA or places like that, most of it stays the same, doesn't it?
It's yeah. Like, I think it's come around a few times, like fashion as well, like with clothing,
Yeah,
and it's just
yeah, that's true.
like that staircase. I'm sure that's come back in fashion.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Who is, the guy that plays the, I don't know what he is in this. Is it he's the posh guy? He runs the holiday camp. I'm
Yeah.
sure I've seen. Oh, wow, Rising Damp.
Okay.
Didn't he
Yeah.
play the gentleman guy?
Ah, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm sure he did.
Oh, Seymour.
Seymour,
Yeah, he's
that's it.
Seymour, wasn't he?
Yeah,
But
Seymour.
the non-team, not that because in the film it's Denholm Elliott from Indiana
Yeah.
Jones.
In the series, it's him, isn't it?
Yeah, Henry McGee.
Ah. And you got Stan trying to escape through an extra large cat flap. Apparently, they had to rebuild the door for this because they had to make the cat flap big enough for him to get jammed
Oh,
in.
okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They had to remake the whole door.
Did you watch the Man vs. Bee on Netflix with Rowan Atkinson?
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. When
That
it first
reminds
came
me of that
out, a
little
few years
bit.
ago. Yeah. It did. Yeah. It is like that.
The cat flap one, dog, I think, wasn't it?
Just look at it. It's massive. That cat flap.
It's ridiculously oversized, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who's got a cat flap anymore, mate. It must be a
No.
No,
That's
I'm
true. Yeah.
trying to think. I always wonder from a security point of view how safe they actually were. Like,
It's just
you think
it's inviting
these
crime,
days with
really, isn't it?
people can do breaking in. It's just an open goal, isn't it? But
Look at the glasses on the table in front of Wilf Bramble and Doris here. I mean, it must be 30 glasses there.
she's just passing them straight down to Olive and Arthur, isn't she? So
Yeah. They both look quite red cheek, mind, and they look like they've had a few.
so Stan's in the manager's house, isn't he?
Yeah.
And obviously got to try and yeah, he doesn't seem that old, does he? He's
No.
yeah, obviously in Rising Damp, it's hard to place his age, but yeah, he looks fairly young in this. But the Rising Damp would be a couple of years after this. So
Yeah.
Rising Damp. Excuse me, I think started 74 or 5. But
He always ends up worse for weird, doesn't he, with these escapades? He's always like injured or
well, he should probably stop trying so hard. That's his problem, isn't it? But
yeah.
yeah, the last place you'd sit is near Blakey, isn't it? He's going to be listening.
I think that I think like Jack knows he's listening.
Yeah.
So I think because Jack's worse than Stan and he's for winding Blake up. So he's like
He don't really have a lot to do in this, Jack, does he? He's kind of
no.
He's relegated. I think this the bit with him and obviously Blakey's missus is it really? Like
Yeah. Blakey
I
straight
think
over to
Stan's mum has more of a story with
yeah.
Wilfrid. So,
Wilfrid.
yeah,
He
interesting.
got Blakey straight over to that Italian chef and he tell him about his sister. Because was it? It's his sister, isn't it?
Yeah. So he's the chef and she's the oh no, Franco de Rossi. Oh, he was Italian.
Oh, is he?
Sorry.
Sorry.
Luigi. Yeah, still alive, 80.
Yes.
His only English film was this.
So he's now he's called Stan over and dragged him through the serving hatch. Blakey's just
Like I say, this just goes a little bit brutal for me. I don't know, it's a bit
yeah. Blakey's absolutely loving it, though, isn't he?
delirium on his face, isn't it? It's mad.
He's cutting him short. She makes it worse now, the waitress who comes in, because she's like strangling Jack from behind. She's pulling his collar. And you got her brother then pulling his tie from the front. It's just making it worse.
Yeah. This reminds me of remember the James Bond film, The Living Daylights. There's a fight in a kitchen there. It just reminds me of that. Like, it's a really brutal fight.
Is that Timothy Dalton?
Yeah, the first Timothy Dalton one.
Yeah,
the Welsh one is
Jones the Bond. Yeah,
Jones. That's it. Jones the Bond.
007.
He didn't do it as a Welshman. Yeah.
Yeah. License to Kill.
That's it. That's it.
It's brilliant.
All them eggs, gosh. Oh god.
That's a lot of fried eggs, isn't it?
And again, I mean, I guess that's done in different bits, isn't it? But it looks
Christ.
real, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way you'd put Reg Varney on a hot plate.
And then we no,
I want you
then
pay him.
we get one of my favourite Blakey lines. It's made my day, that is. He's like, he's just over the moon, and he's like,
Oh, well, it's all the years, isn't it? All the years of
yeah,
shit he's taken off him. He's finally getting some.
all the back
some
chatting and
revenge.
late besses, and then they work out then it's Blakey.
Well, the thing
That's
is, it's
it.
not, is it? Stan was up to no good, but
Yeah,
he's been given an alibi, basically, hasn't he? Unwittingly by the manager. And again, Stephen Lewis just gone for it, hasn't he? That's not
yeah.
stunt man. That's him falling through a table. But...
Yeah, you're right, man, with Jack. He hasn't got a lot to do in this.
No, it is noticeable, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, in the series, you could argue again, it is more about Stan and the family, innit? And Jack kind of.
But he's like he's important though, isn't he, Jack? Because he's
Oh
always
yeah, that's it.
getting in and out of trouble. He's often like the reason, Stan's in the position. But this is not a lot.
No,
Apart from the nurse, him knocking off the nurse.
well, that's it. Yeah.
You got the the camp manager now having to go at Blakey.
Still got his walking stick, can he? He spent the whole
Yeah.
film like with an injury from the start of the film. So in terms of this being filmed, obviously they must have told him.
Yeah.
There's no way this is all just extras. I'm guessing it is real.
No, they just filmed it in and around the.
Yeah, but
the
then they
camp,
said,
yeah.
we're filming don't. But there are people looking at the camera. You can see there was a background there, like, so they would have been. Because there's no way you'd have looked, unless you'd be nosy and you're looking what two people were doing. You don't stare at some people. Obviously, they're looking because I guess they're looking at the camera, aren't they? So,
Yeah, I think anything obvious, you just cut out when they.
yeah.
So, yeah, we
It's
got
like,
Blake.
what did we say? Did we see it in Steptoe? We saw
Yeah, the
walk
funeral
into
at the
shot
end
and then
of the
like,
films.
back away, don't they, or something?
Yeah, because he's an old guy and he takes his hat off when they go past with the hearse, don't they?
Yeah. Oh, that's it. That's it.
You can see that's genuine. That's actual. I remember the public thinking it's a coffin going past. So I think Blakey's now caught his girlfriend, if you call her that, the nurse. With,
Well, she's getting dressed again, isn't it? So she's trying to put him off, but
he thinks it's butler.
No. The look in his eye, though, isn't it? He's just like
just insane, and it just
acts so well with his face, Stephen.
Yeah.
Like, very few people do that these days. It's
he's so like freaky, and he's just like
yeah. But then when you see him in Last of Summer Wine, he's just playing a very different character. He's like this real
smiler.
He's this real downbeat, like shy bloke who's just wants wants a quiet life. But yeah.
Like this bit now with he's chasing through the pool, so Stan's soaked from head to toe, and Blakey's like shin deep in it. Olive goes
after him, really.
They're also again Olive's taking a tumble.
Yeah,
and you get all the you see the background, people are watching and genuinely laughing. Like,
yeah,
what's he
that's
doing?
it. Again, the way people are crowded. Again, I suppose people would watch this, wouldn't they? So it's like, yeah, it's okay to leave.
See, because if you look now, as a kid helps Stan out of the pool.
Yeah,
I just noticed Stan like elbows him in the face nearly, and that's not part of it. Surely,
No.
he didn't like that.
No, he was just focusing on getting out. Wasn't he? Didn't really even see him. But towards the manager's seen all this, isn't he? He's ripping it. Oh, I mean, it's just going from bad to worse, isn't it?
Okay.
It's like a sex maniac. In the army, we had pills for men like you.
Yeah.
What a life.
He's the only one not getting his end away.
I know. Yeah. Yeah, again, this is why I feel sorry for him, because he's just like,
yeah,
he's finally saw what was going his way, and then these two layabouts have spoiled it for him again, haven't they? Again, it just flows along nicely, doesn't it? It doesn't drag.
Yeah, it's good because, like
mean,
we said, it's like bits from the series, isn't it?
Yeah,
but does fit.
I don't know what about you, mate. I love Dad's Army, the TV show. The film, I don't know. I feel like it's just a little bit clunky in places, and don't get me wrong, I do like bits of it, but it's not I enjoy as much as others. at all.
It doesn't work as well as the TV show. It
Yeah.
doesn't, does it? I mean, it's like Rising Damp works really well.
Yeah, it does. Does work
Steps
really
works
well.
really well.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, the IB and Surf film, if you've seen that, again, that's similar.
No.
It's some good bits, but it's just the story doesn't work that brilliant.
No, I've never seen it. I remember you saying it was not the best. Like,
No, again, it's just kind of trading off the cliches of what the characters have become. But no, this is nice because it's just like there's just little bits and pieces going on in there, a few little stories, spinning around, and it's just fun because it's on holiday. It's just got a great feel to it, hasn't it?
It's like fun, and it like they're back in the ballroom now.
Yeah.
Doris here and Wilf there. I know.
Showing some moves in the old Wilf. Yeah,
he's a good mover, like we said, and he's just all 6 stone of him.
Yeah, 6 stone wet through. I guess is what happened, wasn't it? The last night, and there would be a big party.
Yeah, it's like the final night, and they'll go. But it must be something wrong because you got Stan and you got Arthur and Oliver cuddling.
When he calls her sunshine, that's usually a sign he's had a few.
Yeah,
might fancy you.
Thinking, oh God,
oh dear, oh he's passed out. Oh dear,
he's flat out, and
he's made himself nice, and that's it. No. Again, it's this idea in sitcoms in the 70s, particularly, in it that the men aren't interested at all. Like in writing, George and Mildred, Brian Murphy's characters just terrified of sex, and like similar here Arthur is, isn't he?
It follows in the 1 foot as well. If you think his Victor was never interested in it.
No.
And it's always like the husband either can't do it or doesn't want to do it. It's just
that's it, isn't it? Yeah.
Just seen an original mini then, mate.
Yeah.
Proper mini. And they're all off now. So you got Arthur and everyone crammed onto the motorbike and sidecar.
Yeah, I mean, like right twice, can it? Surely they can't lose the cases again.
Oh.
I don't know.
You got Wilf on top of the double decker. Or did he say he carved another notch on his walking stick last night?
Oh yeah.
Oh God. And then we're on the Unback Bridge now.
Here we go.
Boom, suitcase is gone.
Yeah. I love to know the mechanics of getting that to work because I mean,
it looks like it's
suddenly
cool.
It's not guaranteed to make them fly in the air, is it? They could just hit the rail and bounce back. So it must have been something to.
Yeah, looks like they've got it on string or something. They've pulled it across.
I wondered that. Some stunt arranger, I'm sure, would have helped with that. But
so of course, it's back to usual for.
Yeah, this is it, isn't it? I suppose if you work there, it is like the next group come in. So remember that going on when I did the cruise, I got chatting to one of the people that worked there, and they said it is just like cycles. You literally have like a week or 2 week cruise, and then you kind of start again, and you do like 6 months of that, and then you kind of get another contract or quit or whatever. So,
no. So they're on to 2 new birds now. These two.
Yeah,
they don't hang about.
I'd be fascinated to know if there were people like this. Like, probably weren't there? Like, this is obviously based on real life. I suppose the kind of clue today is your club reps, isn't it?
Oh God, things like that. Yeah, your club rep.
Yeah.
So, do you see it? Have you got to the bit now where they've taken them out on the beach on the double decker?
So they've gone out onto it looks like Pendine Sands, doesn't it? It probably is.
Well,
that's South Wales, isn't it? Pendine Sands, but
apparently though, that shot we saw there, and that's just a plywood structure. It's not the actual bus. You just see a painted plywood structure.
Oh, is it? Oh, wow.
Apparently, it got swept out to sea.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and they had a hell of a game with what authorities would it be? The coastal authority. Yeah, they had a hell of a game trying to get it back in because it swept out. It caused that goal. But then you cut to this bit now. It's obviously an actual bus stuck in the sand.
Similar thing happened with a bit obscure, but there was a film called Sherlock Holmes, The Private Life of Sherlock Holmes, and they made a model of the Loch Ness monster and took it up to Scotland, and it actually sunk. And then about 40 years later, they were doing a sonar scan, and they thought they'd found the monster, and they hadn't. They'd found the model from 40 years ago.
Oh God,
And they brought it back to the surface. So it's like, yeah,
it's
filming
crackers.
people when they're filming, sometimes accidents happen, and like they just have to leave it because they can't find it again. But
Yeah, yeah. So now stuck in the sand.
well, I mean, it's just inevitable, isn't it? It's asking for trouble taking a heavy vehicle like that on a beach, isn't it?
I know. The way they're trying to push it, I mean, you're not going to put out, what does that weigh? A double-decker bus. You're
Oh,
not going to push it out the
a couple
sand.
of tons at least, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, you think how heavy a car is to shift, let alone a bus, but
So they come back the next morning because the tide will have gone out, according to Stan.
of course, this is gonna. I mean, why no one asks where their buses are?
Yeah.
I mean, like, there's surely the depot manager, the holiday camp manager, would be like,
There's a bus missing.
yeah, I suppose Blakey's gone, hasn't he? So yeah, no one's checking anymore.
No, that's it. No. So they come back again. The water's up to the
So
top
did they actually
of the
wreck a
tyre.
bus doing this then? I guess they
No,
have
well,
to.
the bit you see now where he's submerged, apparently is painted on a bit of glass. Somebody just painted the top part of a bus, and then he filmed it in a
You
distance so
can
it looks
see,
real.
can't you? That's
Yeah.
really clever. I love stuff like this.
Yeah.
Like it's just like in the days before digital, you had to do everything optical, didn't you? You had to do it.
Yeah.
You couldn't make it up, so you had to do it. And brilliant.
It's talent then, and it's a lot of
Yeah, that's it. And I suppose these days they get out, isn't it? It's just do it on CGI. But,
So they both lost their jobs now. They're back at the labour exchange, and guess who's there?
Yeah.
Used to.
Nothing for you.
We've got nothing for you too. You lecherous morons.
Oh no, this is where he does give him a job, doesn't he? Yeah, I remember this.
I can't remember what jobs he give him.
It's quite a nice end, isn't it? Like,
oh, demolition.
Yeah, basically smashing things up.
That's a good
It's
number.
true, though, isn't it? Because actually, everything they touch causes it turns to rubble. So it's a good way to end it, and to end on the buses. This is it, isn't it? This is the last thing that they did.
Yeah, so it's in the credits we've got Adam Rhodes, Little Arthur, Michael Sheard or Shard, Depot Manager, Hal Dyer, who's Mrs. Coombs.
Okay.
Eunice Black, Mrs. Hudson, Gigi, Catty, Maria. We've got Franco De Rosa as Luigi.
Yep.
And we've got Doreen, Carolee. That's strange. So Caroline Donahue, Doreen, Sandra Bryant as Sandra.
Yeah.
I think that's it. So
yeah, I mean, so there was.
So that was it. Was it on the buses?
It quite a small cast, but yeah, it was everyone, wasn't it, from the show who came across to do it, which is great, you know. Because again, sometimes it's obviously with like the Rising Damp film, Richard Beckinsale, I think. I don't know if he died or he just didn't do it. I can't remember. It might have been probably would have been that he died at that point. Yeah, so they lost him for that. They had to recast it.
I've just seen sound recordist Claude Hitchcock. Any relation?
Any relation?
I doubt it. But no.
Well, I've got a mother.
Yeah.
No, I meant Adolf Hitler. Yeah, that's it.
That's it. But no, any standout bits of that? I mean, the dialogue. I mean, it's pretty standalone on the best stuff, and it's good.
Yeah,
it works, but
it just captures them. Like I say, it's a tricky thing to do to take them away from London, take them away from the buses, put them in a different location, but it works. It just because everyone's in a role, aren't they? Like Blakey, officious, Stan and Oliver at each other. Jack and Arthur are just up to no good. And like I said, they don't really get some development. His mum, because she gets the. So yeah, everything works. Don't know. It's just like I say, mate. It's got a fun feel to it. It's just. I remember first watching this with my in-laws actually on a bank holiday, and just really enjoying it. And like I say, I came to On the Buses later on, much later than any of the sitcom, classic sitcoms I've watched. But I've just fell in love with it, and this film particularly is just epitomizes everything for me about it. And it's great. What about yourself?
No, it's good. I mean, like I said, it's always a bank holiday film for me. And like I said, I've only ever seen it on telly. So the opening bit with the frontal was quite When I watched that
on ITV2 at 3:00, can you? So
with it sat with your granny also watching that. But no, it is like you said. Yeah, I mean, So I always wonder, like when I first watched it, I remember thinking, the age of these two chaps, like why are they getting all these young girls? And then
Yeah.
you're missing the point in a way, and thinking like that. It is what it is. It's not Shakespeare,
No, it's not, mate. No,
but
it's not.
it's
It does what it says on the tin. It
yeah,
is kind
it's
of
so entertaining. You've got a brilliant cast, and like I said, when they have fun on a film, you can tell when it comes across, and they did. They looked like it was brilliant. I mean, you wanted to be there.
Yeah, this is it. This is it. Like, yeah, there's not one bad performance, is it? Really?
No, they're all good. And
like, the only thing is Jack isn't given a lot to do, but then
no,
I suppose there's only an hour and a half, and there's only so much plot you can get in, isn't there? So.
And they're not like trying to they're all great actors and actresses. They're not trying to upstage each other, but they do their role brilliantly, and they.
No one's counting the lines there, I guess, are they? They're just happy to be working and doing. Like I say, this is the last thing they did, and I think it went out on a high. Because I think there was talk of a follow up, but never happened. By this point, I think the series had finished. And it was time to move on and do all the stuff.
I think sometimes you've got to do that, and you've got to be a bit brutal and say, "Look, this works. Let's leave it like that."
Well, I mean, the only one that carried on doing anything in the lineage, the franchise, I guess you could say, was Stephen Lewis. He was in Don't Drink the Water 2 series as Blakey and moved to Spain. It's all right. I've got it on DVD. I watched the first series, and it obviously taking him out of England completely and putting him in a different country. He has a sister in it who he lives with. It sort of works, but I don't know. He'll forever be better off with him.
Yeah.
It's Jack and Arthur. Like, that's just where he belongs, isn't it?
It just works for those two. Yeah.
Hitler, but
Hitler. But yeah, no. So yeah, I think that's about it. Really. What are we doing next?
As a very short little quiz, if you fancy it, mate. Just
go on in,
questions. Yeah, just knock them up.
Go for it.
To be honest, I did most of them while I was watching it. So I was just watching it through. I thought, stick a few things in. In fact, one of them you got straight away. You mentioned, the guy who plays the manager was in Rising Damp. I was going to ask.
Yeah. Do you know what, I just worked that out when we watched it. Like, I've never noticed that before, but yeah, he's in.
No, I think I've always spotted
Seymour.
him. Always spotted with Seymour, isn't it? Yeah, because he's quite distinctive, isn't he? Quite a character actor. So, question 1: what is the full name of Wilf Brambell's character?
It was Bert Thompson.
Very good, mate. You already mentioned it, so yeah, you mentioned it on the podcast.
Bert Thompson.
Question 2: how did Stan and Jack get the sack from the Luxton District Company at the start of the film?
So Stan crashes the bus.
Yep.
Causes a crash, so it hits the depot manager. He gets trapped under the bonnet, and I think because Blakey was involved, all three of them got the boot.
Spot on, mate. Spot on. This is a tricky one. Which foot of Blakey's is then in a cast for the rest of the film?
Oh, God.
50-50, innit?
I think he was leaning on. I think it's his right. It's not, is it? It's his left.
It's his left, mate. Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say, I thought he had the crutch.
Do you know, the only reason I put that one in is because we paused when you nipped off the turner. I paused it with him on the screen, and it was back to us. And it was.
I thought it was his right. I don't know why. Yeah.
Left. So yeah. So unless there's a massive continuity error and he keeps slipping, that could be the thing, I suppose.
No, because one bit you see his toes, and then other bits you don't. But I think it's always the same foot, isn't it?
Yeah. And again, that's tricky, isn't it, for Stephen Lewis to have to spend, guess when was it filmed in the summer, this, or was it filmed off season? Or
it was in the summer.
All the people in the background. So he's there in the heat,
heathen,
like in a cast acting. That's not easy. What colour does little Arthur decide to paint the room?
Oh, it's like a purpley blue rinse, isn't it? Like a black.
Yeah, spot on, mate.
Yeah, because I think it must have been Mabel's blue rinse.
Yeah, I can't think of any reason why that would be there. Again, I never really thought about it before. Why it's there?
Yeah, makes a right mess.
For a reason, didn't it? So, and then lastly, what year was the film released?
1973.
Well done. 5 on 5. Daz.
When you could buy a Cortina for £1,000 apparently, and a house for £9,000.
There you go.
What do we say? Daily Mirror was 3 pence. God.
Mate, if we were down the the pear tree, you could win a T-shirt for that quiz.
Okay. Better on my back, innit?
Don't drink the beer, mate, because you could get through the irony.
Don't clean his pipes, him. What's it? You only win a T-shirt. He goes, better on my back, innit?
You don't shit on your own doorstep. I did last night.
Yeah, that's a brilliant line, isn't it? Couldn't get the key in quick enough.
I never got the shit through the eye of needle thing until years later.
Oh,
like
if you've had a bad pint,
you do know.
Yeah, for days, but
so anyway, Holiday on the Buses, highly recommend it.
Brilliant.
For Steptoe fans, I'm sure many Steptoe fans will already have watched it. Obviously, he's playing a different character. He's not playing. All right, you could say he's a lecherous old man, but he's not a skinflint. He's not miserable. He's cheerful, isn't he? He's well kept.
It's not Albert.
It's the Albert of when Albert wins the premium bonds, isn't it?
Oh, the bonds are
like Dapper one.
Yeah,
that one episode where he scrubs up.
He's had like a Turkish shave and.
So it was something different for Wilfrid Brambells to do, and I'm really glad he did it because, it's a nice extension of his portfolio, isn't it? Really, of different.
A couple of weeks it looked.
Yeah.
Cool. I think like we were saying, we'll have to do the Bargy 1964.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good.
But like,
we carry on screaming, which is quite a Harry.
Definitely. Do you know what, I really want to do that because of obviously Harry, but Prunellis. What's her name?
Oh, Prunella
Fielding.
Yeah.
Not Prunella Scales. Prunella Fielding because of the link.
Okay.
Because she was. Nice. Do you remember her doing the voice in The Prisoner? And
that's right. Of course.
Episodes, yeah. But also,
was she the one in 1 foot? No, I'm thinking that
she's in Guest House Paradiso.
I'm thinking of Rula Lenska. It's all right. Don't worry.
Yeah, that's it.
She was the Mrs. Foxfur, wasn't she?
Was your twat? Is your brother pathologist?
That's it. Yeah.
Oh, twat. Yeah, but that, and we've had like I said, a few comments on YouTube about people that want us to do more episodes of because we did.
I'm very happy to.
Series,
we can go back into, can't we? Yeah.
No, we're now at drum roll 102 subscribers on YouTube.
Very good. Oh, that's good.
So I love the feedback you get.
A 3-figure podcast. That's good.
Yeah, I think it's good. Like more than other platforms, you do get more feedback on YouTube because I suppose everyone's got it. And
no, that's great because we've had nothing on iTunes, have we? I had a quick look.
No, not a lot. Nor Spotify. I think people tend not. Well, I don't comment on Spotify, podcasts, but it's good.
YouTube's been a real good way, and obviously you've done some great shorts on there, haven't you, as well? Which is great.
Yeah.
Did you say we're quite big in Uganda? Was it Uganda
or Angola?
Angola.
Yeah,
apparently. Angola. Greetings from over here.
Yeah, hello. It's funny when you get a breakdown of what countries where people are when they listen.
Yeah.
And there's quite a lot in Portugal.
Okay.
There must be people on holiday.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, or someone on a cruise.
Cruise, mate. Doing ballroom dancing in the evenings.
Yeah, the old-timey dancing party bar. Should we end with a Blake impression?
I think it's got to be, hasn't it? Yeah.
I'll put the Holiday on the Buses tune in the background because that's such an awesome tune, isn't it?
It's a great tune, isn't it?
Who won the war? Oh, Hitler. That's made my day, that is.
I got nothing for you two. No.
Hi, this is Susanna Corbett. Thanks for downloading StepPod and Son.